Hi, Shere Khan. Day 3. Yeah, I guess start stretching. I always like don't know what to do here. I'm always like, we've started. Is it too early to start stretching? Hi, Ramus. Hi, Smug. Hi, Error. What day is it? Tuesday? I mean, it's a WoW reset. Lunges. These are gonna hurt. How? After the second day of squats, my shit just hurts. Ah. Ow. Ah. Ah. Hi, Brown. I was watching Lele before I went live. Her subathon has 540 more hours. Holy shit. That's too many. There's not even 150 hours in a week. So, like, it's literally just the entire October. Basically, she lives on stream now. Yeah. I like watching her when she's not watching fucking ghost story stuff. It's like, even though it's so obviously fake and dumb and bad, I'm like still kind of creeped out and spooked by it. So I'm like, I don't want to watch this. Oh man, I hate this part. I hate this part. It's the worst part. We're going to 510. Was there someone who played Guild Wars 2 here? Got a code with items from Prime. Shere Khan plays. Aiko's thinking about playing. I walk in Guild Wars 2. Where's the time? 5:10. Ow. 20 more seconds. No. It's 25 more seconds. Ow. 55. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Uh. Euland Moan. It's not. Izai. It's a hat, and I got no clue what the other two things are. High West. I hate the plank. I'm gonna have to readjust this camera. I was too close to the wall when I set it. Oh, well, that's actually not that bad. I guess it moved with me. Let's start walking. Hopefully we don't go 7.5 miles today. Nah, hopefully we do. I like the long walks. Those actually burn more calories. Fuck this zone. This is my least favorite video. This is my least favorite zone. I hate this video. This zone sucks. Fuck Fireheart Rise. Me and all my homies hate Fireheart Rise. I never want to come back here. And yet it is a thing. If I can help it, I am never coming back to this zone. It hates you too? It really does. There's like nowhere to fucking walk. And you know what was worse? The players here are also bad. We'll fucking see him. But if you're doing story, you're returning, don't say that. I'm never doing story. I'm never going to do story in Guild Wars 2 now. The story's dead to me. I want a drink. Oh my god. Alright, right at the beginning. These things fucking spawned on me. They just like popped in. And it was like, really, bro? As it should be. I need to make more things for the wheel. Right now it has... I only have 4 ideas for the wheel. Double the cost, half the cost, set the cost to 5,000, and beach day. But I want a wheel that has like 10 things. I also need to find a wheel that I can adjust the rates for. Because beach day, I want beach day to be like a once a month thing. But I've been having trouble coming up with stuff after those one. Hi, Kitsua. Wait, why bonk? Why am I getting bonked? This is messed up. Ah. Because you're squishy? Okay, true, but I don't feel like that's an appropriate reason to bonk me. Here was some bullshit with this zone. I'm walking down this path, and there's like a little settlement just down the road, and as I was getting to it, an event spawns. All of the NPCs in the settlement die, and a Flame Legion event just holds this little settlement hostage. And I was like, okay, how do I do the event to take it back? I had to wait like 20 minutes and then do the event. It was just like, everything that could go wrong here did. Just realized how that could have sounded. I didn't mean squishy fat. I didn't take it that way. I took it as squishy soft. Dynamic worlds and games is so cool. I think it's cool from a gameplay perspective, and then I have to make videos like this, and I fucking hate it. I hate dynamic events now. You started playing WoW again. Are you on... It doesn't matter if you're on the EU or US servers. Send me BattleNet requests. If we haven't traded that already, I don't remember. But I want your BattleNet. Hi, Lost One. You might be able to see mine connected on Discord and just send me a request through that. I don't know. Like, the settlement is friendly the first time you get there, and the second time it's full of enemies, and you think to yourself, what happened here? Oh, I know exactly what fucking happened. I watched it happen. I was walking up, and they all just fucking died. And suddenly there was Flame Legion soldiers everywhere. It was not so cool. Nope, I'm not linked. I swear I've linked it like 3 times. Oh, maybe I've linked it to Twitch Prime. Okay. You just DM'd me? Okay. Reaper! Hi, Reaper. Thank you for the Prime. So then I ask, would you rather wear a thong or week-old underwear for the rest of your life? Whoops, wrong check. That's not even a question. Thong, obviously. Week-old underwear? Like, okay, so the week-old underwear, it's perpetually a week old, right? Like, it's going to be grody like it's a week old, but it's not gonna, like, get worse, but it's already worse. But the thong, it's also ageless, right? A week old or worse? Well, I'm trying to get, like, the science and specifics down to this question. Hi, Jewel. Is it like the underwear, you can't take it off and it just gets worse and worse? And the same for the thong? The thong just starts fresh, but after a week and for the rest of your life, it's crusty? So you wear underwear for a week, that's the result? Forever. And their freshness isn't locked. So the thong will get old and crusty, and the underwear starts old and crusty and just gets worse. Because if that's the case, I might take the underwear. Thongs are hot. They kind of floss your butt, and they're not super fun to wear. You can wash, but the result is the same. Thong is just thong. Okay. Okay, then we go with thong. Then it's no... It is no contest We wear thong. I actually have one that I kind of like wearing, so like that one, yeah. Oh, not the butt floss. I mean, if your choices are butt floss or crusty underwear that can never be fresher than a week old, we're going with butt floss. Crusty underwear, that's bad. There's Big Hero 6. Can you pick no underwear? That was not one of the options. It was floss or week-old underwear. In Big Hero 6, there's a guy who's like, here's the strategy. You wear underwear, and then you turn it around. And then at the third day, you turn it inside out, and then the fourth day, you turn that around. So you get 4 days of underwear. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Ugh. Ugh. Can I pick? No, well, now it is. He is wrong. Because if you, it's not going to be fresh in the front. You're just moving that to the back. Now you've got unfreshness in the back. He's absolutely wrong. That's how underwear work. Do you have to wear either underwear? Your options for this question, and let's say it's for a year. A thong that you can wash regularly, or underwear that no matter how much you wash it, it will always be week-old crusty. Jesus, you gonna wear the farted side of the underwear on your dick? Yeah, that's the concern. Fuck that. Hi, Mitz. Okay, I go sleep. I have to wake up for new Overwatch Battle Pass. I'm not mad at you, Jewel. Go have fun with Overwatch tomorrow. Or I guess today. For example, do you wash a towel after using it to dry off once? No, you don't wash a towel to dry after using it once. Because it should be a clean towel. It's not perfectly clean, but it's not like in need of an entire rinse cycle. Now, that being said, wash your fucking towels. They do get dirty. You're not fucking sterilized after a shower. Here's another thing about towels. Don't use detergent on them. When you wash towels, you're supposed to just put them in the washing machine. No additives. Just run it through a normal cycle. Just the water. That's how you keep them fluffy. If you add stuff like detergent, they actually lose their fluffiness. If the towel is dirty, it just means you did not swap properly. That's not how it works. You use free and clear detergent, no softener. That also works. It's the softener that's bad for towels. There's a, if you think I'm gonna wash clothes and towels separately, you're wrong. That's also fair. You can do that if you want. It's just your towels aren't gonna be as nice. You're gonna wear them out sooner, and you're gonna have to buy more towels. There's a show, I forget what the show is called, but the people are arguing about whose towel is whose in the bathroom. And this one guy's like, this red towel is mine. Another guy goes, what? No, that red towel is mine. I've been using that towel every day for a year. So who's using this towel? And there's just this completely unused towel, and one of the girls is like, it's so soft and smells like sunshine. And the other guy goes, so we've been using the same towel. I've been using the same towel as this guy. Oh my god. And then they're like, you at least washing it, right? It's like, I don't need to wash a towel. I'm clean. I just got out of the shower. Softener is actually bad for everything, but it sells us. Oh, I didn't know it was bad for, standard clothes. This fucking scorpion rooted me. I hate it here. I pay $2 just to wash one load of laundry and $2.75 to dry. It leaves a coating through time? Oh. Weird. Rooted again. Buying a towel just because it isn't fluffy. Hi, Freya. Softeners with towels take away the actual softness of them. I was just saying the same thing, Freya. Okay, now I sleep. But Jewel, what did you think about the changes they made with the season pass? Those balance changes are so crazy, right? Who is your main and how did... I'm kidding, go to bed. I'm kidding, Jewel. I literally have not read any of the changes at all. Just go to bed. I'm just fucking with you. Softeners are a scam. Yeah. Freya is a softener. She makes my heart soft. Woo. I don't know. Actually, true, Freya. Especially since they're those scent pellets now. I will fight you on Overwatch. If you did, you'd win. Because I only got to like level 28 in Overwatch. And I primarily played Reinhardt and Winston like 5 years ago. I buy a new towel when it starts falling apart. I hope I don't make other things soft. Not even slightly, Freya. Same though mine is falling apart and I'm still being stingy about buying a new one. I've been using this towel for 6 years and it's still good. Yeah, so when I moved out, my parents were just like, hey, we're getting new towels, so have the old ones. And they're starting to fray a little. They've got like a thread coming out of them here and there. Oh, hi, Zuvi. Thank you for the sub. Look at this shit. Look at this. I hate Ashura players. This fucking Ashura Ranger is just following me going, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you walking? What are you doing? And they're a fucking Ranger, so their bird is just flying in my face. I hate them. I hate them so much. Oh my god. If I wasn't... This was the last section I recorded of Fireheart Rise. If it wasn't the last section, and I was literally just angry because I'd done each section like 3 times, I would have reset it. This little... Oh... I was so mad. Its edges are fraying, but the whole of it is good. Why not friend bird feels bad? This motherfucker is jumping through me! I thought you meant me for a second. No. Zooey, you've earned your shenanigans. Because you're a great friend all the other times. Hi, Euland, why did you kill Core? I didn't kill Core, she doesn't stream on Mondays. She stopped streaming on Mondays because she does Ascension Academy on Saturdays. I didn't do anything. You just forgot she takes Mondays off. Also in washing clothes, zip up any clothes with zippers. Broken Shore. That's effort. Yeah, see, you need them to be unzipped when you take them off. Wait, she didn't stream yesterday? No, she takes Mondays off. She does Ascension Academy on Saturdays now. You can cause tear on other clothing? Oh. You know what I have a big problem with a lot of my clothes? A lot of my shirts I got when I was going to college and I had chemistry classes. So I would lean up against the, like, lab tables where they have a really thin, diluted layer of, shit, what's the acid? What's the common acid they use in science lab classes? It's not like hydroperoxide. Maybe it is. I don't know. Very thin layer of acid on the sides of the tables. And so I would lean against these, and it would, like, press against my hydrochloric acid. That's it. It would press against my shirt, and then after like a year or two, I would just have all these small little holes in my shirt there. And for the longest time, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why am I getting holes just here? And then I saw some comedian make a joke about it. It was like, oh, you go to your science classes and you lean against the tables that have the hydrochloric acid layer on the edge of the tables because science students are idiots and they don't know how to clean tables. And then you get holes in your shirt, and like it hit me like a fucking truck. I'm sitting there going, oh my god, that explains everything. Fuck. No drinking lab reagents. Was she very cute? Would you bathe in shampoo like that, Ewan? What? Are you talking about the thing in injecting? Because that wasn't shampoo, Zooey. That was not shampoo or lotion. That was fake cum. They make buckets of it so that they can make lewd cosplay photo shoots. I can wash all my clothes in one load. I barely have any. I also can. I'm trying to be better about separating towels and clothes, though. I used to be, like, just so lazy. I was like, one load, fuck it. But now it's like, it's passive chores anyway. It's not like I'm sitting there washing them for an hour. But then the kids, well, yeah. Here's the other thing. Because I live with my parents, I try not to get in their way. So I don't like it when I use the laundry, and then my mom's like, hey, yo, I needed to do the laundry. And I'm like, oh, shit. Sorry, didn't mean to steal your stuff. However, it'd be way easier for me to do it at night when they're asleep. But my mom's a light sleeper. So when the fucking washing machine finishes, it's sitting there going dun da 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 dun da 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 dun da da dun dun da da da, like it does the fucking song that washing machines do. And it wakes her up, and she's like, she'll get up thinking like, oh, I'm hearing a beeping. Is that like the fridge? Did I leave the fridge open? So she'll get up to check it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I was just doing laundry. My son is still little enough that all his clothes fit in one load. But if I sized them up to a 10-year-old, he'd have like 3 loads. Oh my gosh, Kitsua. How does this kid have so many clothes? How does he have more clothes than you? His grandma buys him way too many clothes because she'll be shopping at Target and be like, oh, cute. Ah, I see. Real? My mom does the same. I got spoiled by one of my grandmas. Okay, so I actually have 3 grandmas. All of them were very generous with me. One of them was like, just more money available than the other 2, so she bought me the most stuff. She also made the best cookies. And then the second grandma, she has way more grandkids than the other one did, so she was like trying to, split her attention and gifts evenly. And then my abuela was like just knitting shit all the time. She'd like send me this bright orange vest with like giant wooden clasps, and it was like, I don't know that I'll ever wear this. Oh, we say abuela. So this one told me to say abuela. I'm super white, but that first grandma and grandpa, they separated, and they both remarried. And the very white grandfather married a Spanish woman, and so she was never grandma, she was always abuela to me. And at first I didn't understand. I was just like, well, fine, if you don't want to be grandma, whatever. I thought you were grandma. And then, like, Spanish class when I'm 14, I'm like, oh, abuela is grandma, I'm just stupid. Hi, Pixel. Mom's mom is Hispanic? Yeah. She's so goofy. I would call her grandma. And she would say, like, oh, you can call me abuela. And I was like, okay. Sure, I thought grandma was fine, but I'll call you whatever you want. And then when I was like 23 or 24, she came by. It was very difficult for them to leave California. They just didn't like traveling. And us in Missouri, I didn't see them like even yearly. They came by, and we're all taking pictures together. And Grandpa gets a picture with me. Grandpa gets a picture with me and Mom. And then like, she's just leaving. She's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, no, you and I need a picture together, abuela. And she's like, you want a picture with just me? And I was like, what the fuck? Yes, I want a picture with just you. You're my abuela. And she's like, okay, let's have, like, she's just crying. I'm like, what? Did you not? I felt, on one hand, I was like, did you not feel like I did love you? What the fuck? I mean, if you don't know the language, how are you supposed to know? You do all the traveling? Well, you did. I learned after time my family in California just do not like leaving the state. Yeah. That first grandma, she loves traveling. But the grandpa she's married to is kind of old and to the point where traveling is difficult for him. He's having stomach issues. And so they're traveling a lot less. Second grandma has passed away. That grandpa with her passed away like a year after I was born. And then the other grandpa and abuela, he's getting really old. So yeah, all four of my remaining grandparents, traveling is difficult. I walked through those horses and I think they spotted me. But I'm like, I don't know if they spotted me. And then, I think it's right here. I think they walk like that. I'm like, uh-oh. They definitely saw me. And I think I see an attack go through once or twice. Oh, it's quiet. I need to be better about adjusting the sound. I really need to find a way to consistently adjust the sound in Filmora. That's where I need to adjust the sound. After my dad passed, I haven't been wanting to travel. Also, the California fam stopped talking. Just do a sound compression filter? I mean, so it's good to know that there is a solution. I don't know what that means. Speaking of grandparents, I recently found out my grandpa has been dead for over a year. What the fuck? They just didn't tell you? You're just waiting for Core to pick Bard today? Lost One, I'm going to go as far as possible with leaving the run without actually leaving the run. I'm going to leave the call. I'm going to drop from the game. I'm going to rejoin and go, alright, haha, joke was funny. Wait, you're serious? And leave the call and leave the game again. And I'll do it a third time. I'm going to guilt trip the shit out of her if she plays Bard. It means it makes the sound consistently loud. What I really want is a way to, no matter what the sound of the files I'm putting through Filmora is, that I can adjust it to a certain level. If I can do that, I'll be happy. That's mostly why you haven't been there. Or here. Oh. Oh, so you found out recently. Oh, God. Well, Kitsu, I don't want you to ever feel like you're expected or pressured to be here. If anything, I want this to be a place where, like, people can pop in and, like, just feel welcome. I have friends who it feels like they have a really bad habit of being like, I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, don't say that. Even though it's really minor, and maybe it's true, I don't want even the slightest tinge of, like, guilt trippiness. I'm happy to see anyone that comes by. Oh shit, we're already at 1.2 miles. Where the fuck did the time go? How did that happen? Imagine coming. I can. Had a lot of mobs on me, so we killed them there. to pretend that didn't happen. Pretend you didn't see damage numbers in the fucking millions there. Lost One, you are not off today? Says the person always trying to guilt trip us. Okay. Yes, I do try to guilt trip people a lot, but not about stream. I hate it when people guilt trip me over streams. When people, like, guilt trip me in a game over something silly, if I guilt trip somebody, I try to make it obvious that I'm not being serious. The funeral was 25 minutes from where you live, but you didn't get an invite? What the fuck? I'd be up in arms over that, Kitsu. That's fucked up. Did you have a fallout with your family? What's crazy is that, like, they use this to get back at you instead of thinking, hey, we have a problem with Kitsu. But, like, Grandpa didn't. So let's put it aside for Grandpa, because this is in honor of him. You went no contact with your father? She just doesn't understand the internet well. Yeah. I get along very well with everyone in my family. Now, they're extremely well off, and kind of all needs are taken care of. And so, like, even the grandparents that divorced, they both remarried and get along. I'm very fortunate in the family I have. That being said, my mom and my dad piss me off. 95% of the time, they're great. I have nothing but respect and love for them. But what they want from my life is not what I want from my life. And when we do clash, typically it ends with me just fucking seething in anger. To be frank, my father and his mom weren't on talking terms either. Your dad just sounds shitty. Waiting for him to die. Yeah. Yeah. There's nobody that I'm, like, waiting for it to die. That's you could go into it, but not on stream. Yeah. It's not the friendliest stream topic, right? You're also someone that, like, you're close enough with stream that, like, if you really wanted to, I'd be like, fucking go off, Kitsu. If it was somebody, like, their first time message is hi, and then they started going through it, it'd be like, this is not the place, buddy. The rundown being he's a criminal. I think I see where that's going. That sucks. One really good at evading the consequences. Yeah, that's kind of a thing that sucks to learn in life, is that good and evil are not punished accordingly. Justice is a man-made concept. At least legal consequences. Speaking of consequences, I'm going to change the subject. The CEO of Unity, the guy who did the whole shitty thing where Unity's going to have to, if you used our Unity thing to build your game, we're going to charge you a shit ton more. It's going to be retroactive to all the old games that were built with Unity. Yada yada, greedy cash grab. That guy has stepped down as CEO. He will no longer be the CEO of Unity, and it's probably killed his career, although it's hopefully killed his career. It probably hasn't. The reality is a lot of these guys fail upwards, and so he was already kicked out of EA. His name is like John Reichen or something? I don't know. He used to be with EA. Hi, Rain. He used to be with EA. Got kicked out for being too greedy. He'd literally say things like, we don't make players pay for reloading a gun. Because when they're in a fight and they want to finish somebody off, that's when they're not thinking about paying, for a reload. You'd assume he's getting paid behind doors. But I'm glad he can't make decisions. No, actually, Zuvi, he only sold 1.5% of it. He made $1 million selling his Unity stock, what he did, but the amount that he has total, he has not sold. He still has 98.5% of the stock in Unity that he purchased initially. So, yes, he did make $1 million. It is far from the majority of his stock. I have seen that argument against him, Zubi. And I was kind of like, I have seen the two sides of it. That emote is cute. Which one is it? Can I see it here? Wolfcat 14? We don't know what's going to happen to him. He's going to be helping the new interim CEO adjust, and eventually they're going to have a full-time CEO. But this guy is kicked out, stepping down. Good riddance. He's literally just a plague on video games. Yongya did another video about the situation again. I don't know what Yongya is. The one I watched was the Moist Critical one. But I can tell you right now, the selling stock thing, he still has most of his stock in Unity. He is doing gaming news. What other news did I see? Oh, I learned about something called ESG. So ESG is an index that companies are adopting, which is basically their environmental, social, governance index. And it's basically each company has a score. They get scored on their environmental factors, their social factors, and their self-governing factors. And they get a score based on this. And so investors want to see companies with a good ESG score, because this is their quick and dirty way to know, like, hey, should we invest in a company? So all these companies, because investors are now looking at ESG, are rushing, and they kind of already were, this is just a new name for it, are rushing to increase their ESG. So an example of this is McDonald's. McDonald's in France doesn't have any like single-use plastics. Everything is like completely disposable, or it's like things that you would not throw away that go back into the restaurant to be cleaned and reused. Okay. Now, does McDonald's in France care about the environment? No. Absolutely not. They don't give a shit. They only care about profits. However, the EU has imposed new regulations that are like, hey, do better with the environment and climate, or we will fine the shit out of you. And so that's why McDonald's in France and Europe and other places in the EU are doing this. Because they will save money by doing this, as opposed to just ignoring it and taking fines. So investors are applying this ESG index to companies to see if they're doing this before companies fine them. So like, let's say, before the EU did this, McDonald's was switching to reusable plastics and disposable cardboards. Before the EU regulations, a company would give them a high ESG score because this is future-proofing them against regulations coming. If you know as an investor, the EU is ramping up talks about climate. They just hired like a climate change prevention committee. You expect new regulations within a year or two. You don't want to invest in a company that is just fucking doing nothing for this. You would want to invest in a company that is already on the ball with this. And so, because of this, all of these investors are looking at this ESG score for like every company. Now, the environmental one is, obvious. The social one is where they want to take care of issues before they become issues. So 20 years ago, it was the humor to make fun of gays, make fun of transgenders, throw the FA slur around, and that was really funny. But if you had a company that was like, oh, we want to be woke, we want to be politically correct, we want to stop using that and stop making fun of these groups, that would give them a good S score in the ESG index. Now, typically, people hate these changes because at the time they think that's funny. I used to think South Park and like Daniel Tosh and people that made fun of this stuff, well, any comedian really, that made fun of it back in 2000, 2005, 2010, I thought that shit was hilarious. But now I look back at it, like I'll show people a sketch from 2011, and I'll be like, oh, I forgot some of the jokes in this. Not as funny now, right? Investors are trying to future-proof against things that don't age well. And so they don't want companies that get in trouble soon. And so people have found out about this ESG, and they're blaming it for like the entertainment industry as a whole sucking now. So like in games, they're like, oh, Blizzard is trying to go woke. They're adhering to these companies with the ESG index by trying to like include transgender characters and yada yada. And it's just like, it's probably not that big of a thing. Like, the people are going full conspiracy theorists with it. But, like, it is to some degree true. I don't know. I'm only just learning about it. I also hate Blizzard. It's probably a factor. Yeah. I was talking about this the other day. Blizzard storytelling has fucking sucked for a long time. I think it was good until Mists of Pandaria. Then Mists of Pandaria through Legion, it was in small instances bad, but as a whole good. Like, on the overarching story was good. And then after that, I think it's just been dog water. Are you anywhere that you'll be able to see the eclipse well this Saturday? I didn't even know there was an eclipse this Saturday. What areas is it going to show up in? I remember the big one that went over Oregon a couple of years ago. I remember seeing footage of it and being like, holy shit. Dragon Age's Jover, that fired all the leftover senior writers. They've been gone for a long time, Zuvi. And even those senior writers, they may have been good at writing. They were not good at keeping their hands to themselves and not stealing breast milk. So, even if those senior writers were good at writing stories, fuck them. They can stay out. Okay, are you not talking about Dragonflight? Are you talking about, like, the Dragon Age Origins series? Because I thought we were talking about Dragonflight there. Yeah, we were talking about Blizzard and World of Warcraft, and the current expansion is Dragonflight. And then you said Dragon Age's Jover. And so I'm like, okay. Now I'm confused where Dragon Age came from. Talking about EA Dragon Age? Okay. What's up with Dragon Age, Zooey? Does it have a new game coming out, or? We're almost at the end of Broken Shore. Oh my god, we're at 2 miles already. There was supposed to be a new game? They fire all the senior staff because they don't want to pay high wages? Ugh. I hate companies. Oregon, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, Texas. I'm not in any of those areas, Kitsu. What the fuck? Oregon gets another one? Oregon just got like a perfect view at the last eclipse 5 years ago or something. Why do they get another one? This sucks. I'm angry. I'm upset. That's lame. I'd actually go out and look at it if it was over Missouri. If it was over Missouri, I wonder if a lot of people would take the boat out. I guarantee you, if there was an eclipse over the lake, that the entire lake would be covered in boats. Missouri? More like misery? Ha ha ha, yeah. Ho ho ho. Missouri? That's a character in Baldur's Gate, Myzora. Although it's M-Y-Z-O-R-A. Fuck that bitch. This green swirl here, that's the raid portal for Tomb of Sargeras. It was a decent raid. didn't feel too special. Didn't feel like there was any fight that was like super crazy or fun there. You get one next year? We'll see if I'm still in Missouri next year. Hi, Gail. You can fuck my Zora? What? I don't know about that one. What was I gonna say? I'm mind blanking. I got distracted. That raid was fine. I don't remember any fights that were like super duper cool. I just remember playing a warrior and pressing 2 buttons. This year's annular, so it's a Ring of Fire one. Okay, I knew there was like solar and lunar eclipse. What is a Ring of Fire eclipse? Huh? Next year is a total solar? Please explain the difference. I want a drink. What causes that difference? Is that like the moon is closer, so it's able to appear bigger in our perspective and cover up the sun? Whereas this year, for the Ring of Fire one, it'll be further away from the Earth. And so, time of year? Okay. Okay. Oh shit, it's a long video. We're going over 5 miles, baby. The next year is April, I do believe. Oh! January, February, March, April. I'll actually still be in Missouri. Shit. Oh, man. My parents won't be here, though, so they'll be like, you have to film it for us. Go film the eclipse. April 8th? I see. I see. This, I'm like starting to get less excited for a while, but the patch is just ever closer. They might even announce like a release date today, which I'm like, fuck, I want it now. It's all gonna come back to me. The moment there's a release date for the patch, I'm invested again. God, maybe I should start gearing up my druid. That'd be so bad. You haven't told me? Please tell me. You finally found and killed Aenox. Fuck yeah, Kitsu. That's in Deepholm, right? Yup. Fuck yeah. How many mounts are you up to? What is your unique counter? Not from the mounts tab, but from the achievements tab. I'm at like 380, I think. Or are you not a mount collector? You just wanted that special purple one. You are a mount collector? Okay, okay. I thought I was a pretty, like, big dick mount collector. And then some people joined my guild. It was Farisu, who's just like, I'm at 800. And it's like, man, fuck you. Yulin makes me want to play WoW, then WoW. But my RNG is bleh. You can still have fun with WoW. if you play it to, like, the state of the game, to, like, push, to, like, progress, you're gonna have a bad time. If you play it to just dick around in WoW, collect mounts now and then, and hang out with the Demi Kitchen crew, it's a good time. It's just a good time. And, like, you can just not play it whenever you don't want to. We're not like a hardcore raid group that's like, you let us down in the 5th week of progression, so you're off the raid team. We just let anybody come. You have more pets? I started to getting into pet collecting. And then I said, I'm going to focus on mounts because I am losing my mind at pets. You've also done the WoW Pokemon? I also started to. There were some pets. There's some pets that I see now and then. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's so cool. I want. How do I get it? And then it's like, you got to do this. I'm like, maybe I don't want it. Farisu's big thing is toys. She has like 1,200 toys or something. Farisu is literally cracked. Here's my problem. I focused on mounts, and the moment I got to 300 mounts and got the Heavenly Azure Cloud Serpent, I lost all motivation. It was like, I won. I have the thing I want, so I don't care anymore. So how do I find the mounts thing and the achievement thing? Open up your achievements, go to collections, go to mounts, and you'll have some achievements that you don't have. One of them will be like a mountain of mounts or Mount-tacular, and it'll give you the number you need for the next stage of the achievement. So it'll be like 247 to 250. There is no Bard in WoW? Good. You only have 91? Kisu, that's impressive that you only have 91. Have you, like, literally only played one character and never gotten the reputation mounts from all the others? I'm sitting here, like, baffled how it's not even 3 digits. You've got 112 in the mounts tab. So in the mounts tab, they're going to show everything, but for the achievements, they're only going to show stuff that character can use. And so, like, if you have a Horde and Alliance character, both of those mounts are going to be shown in the mounts tab. But obviously, if you're a troll, you can't use the racial mounts for humans, dwarves, gnomes, night elves, draenei. That's where that difference comes from. Is typically the race differences, class differences, and faction differences. That's why, if you're pushing for an achievement, like if you were at 98 mounts, you would get on a paladin. Because your paladin has the level 20 mount, the level 40 mount, and then it also has like 3 legion mounts. So paladins get like a +5, whereas most only get like a +3 to +4. And the druid's the fucking worst. They don't even get a mount from their legion class, all Lamau. But they do get a beautiful bird form, so. What do we think of the skybox? Do we like it? As I look down the stairs and we can't see the skybox. I recorded a video last night that had a fucking gorgeous skybox. And so I'm eager to show that. If you are really curious, no, it's actually not uploaded yet, so you can't see it, but it's coming. It's coming soon. You'd have to learn how to tank in WoW. It's very different than Final Fantasy tanking. It's a lot more active. In Final Fantasy, Warlock and DK mounts, Karaji battle mounts. You have Karaji battle? Okay, no, that's understandable. Tanking in Final Fantasy is more like keeping up a rotation and about like always having mitigation up and cycling through it properly. In WoW, it's a lot more active. And so you get a lot of mobs. Typically you're golden to not have mitigation up, although it depends on the class. There's actually a few classes that... Oh, hi Meowmies. Thank you for that. Oh, that's a big raid. We're walking through Dragonflight, which has been a mid-expansion of WoW. It hasn't been bad. It hasn't been great. Hi, Jolter. Meow, meow, meow. Hi. Hi, Oleedle. Hi, Sir Mardrak. You seen the RP walk and had to stop by? Hi, Posey. Yeah, I'm trying to walk. I try to walk 5 miles every day. I put on weight in the pandemic, and I was like, this is too much. It's gotta go. Hi, Non-Dairy. Thank you for the follow, everyone. Hi, Oni Scrooge, taking that Proclaimer song a little too literal, I think. Yeah. I don't know if we're at 500 miles for sure. I think that's the song. I don't think we're at the 500 more yet, though. I haven't been keeping track. The rule is we go minimum 5 miles, and then we end when a video ends. So sometimes I'll be at like 4.5 miles, and then a 2-hour video starts, and it's like, oh god, okay. Hi, Spacefish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, I want a drink. Alright, Kitsu. You said pets on the other hand. How many pets are you up to? Boing, boing, boing. Okay. This thing is not usually there. They had to redeem it. I hate this thing. This thing can go away. But I needed something for my channel points. So it is a regular treadmill, which is really stupid to use while in VR because I'm essentially blindfolded. I keep my left hand on the treadmill bar to like keep myself balanced and like kind of know where I am. I haven't fallen yet. I have no idea how I haven't fallen yet. But it's a standard treadmill. YouTube video in the background. This is the behind the scenes. I kind of want an omnidirectional treadmill, but the thing is this treadmill tracks calories and distance and time. Now, there's a program called Your Life that works through Vive trackers that would track all those things. At which point, an omnidirectional treadmill would be way better. But this one was also free. This one my parents just had, and I was like, I'm going to use this thing. Black Cat? They have good post-processing. If I had my way, I would start every stream in Sundown by Wispy Woo on the beach doing my stretches and beginner exercises. However, I can't figure out the post-processing in that map. You click the post-processing tab and there's like a million options. So, Black Cat, until I figure it out. But yeah, I'm not always alone. Pretty much anybody in my friends list can always like pop in and hang out with me. I've got some people that like to fall asleep next to me. Some people that they'll be like work from home and they'll be in desktop. A few cats like to make themselves small and sit on my head. I like having state-owned media, but it sucks paying the fees, which I just had to do. Oh. Yeah. Where was I? Kitsu, tell me, how many pets do you have? I don't know how many pets. I know I have like 1,000 in the pets tab, but a lot of them are not unique. Very interesting way of streaming VRC. Thank you. All the tools are there. There's a lot of stuff that's like, that just makes it easy to do this. Like anybody can go find walking through Tokyo videos, right? I actually make these YouTube videos because I couldn't find any that were like walking through video game worlds. But like it's just the stream camera, the mask tab, yeah, the mask, and you filter out the environment. Third time's the charm. 475. Did you say it 3 times and I just missed it the first 2? 475 total, not unique. I'm sorry if that's what happened. I'm very like mind jumping all over the place. What is the unique? That one you need to get from the collections achievement page. $55 every 3 months. What's weird is that that's not just part of taxes. Like, why is that separate? I just want a black cat pet. Well, good for you, Lost One. That's crazy easy to get. I blame the schools. I don't blame the schools. I blame the system of funding that the schools get. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that some schools get funding, that all schools get funding based on medium household income. And so if you have rich areas, you got a nice school. New textbooks, plenty of clubs, plenty of sports. And then you have poor areas where they've got textbooks from 30 years ago. And that's it. 85 toys. Because they collect it themselves, like it goes directly to the Run Funk, which manages the media, not through the government. If it's state-owned, I don't know why it's just not part of the state taxes. Can't seem to find the pets achievement. It should be under collections, and then there should be a pets tab. I'm not on WoW to see. Bureaucracy? Bureaucracy. I just realized I talked about myself that whole time and didn't ask Meow how their stream was, what they were doing. I don't expect them to still be here, because I imagine they finished stream and were like, alright, time to eat and relax, because that's what I fucking do when I end stream. But anyone from Meow? Yeah. What were they doing? Got a bit lightheaded? Do you like potato salad? I like potatoes. I don't like salad, so no. You were invested in my treadmill stuff? Hell yeah. Just chatting and dancing? Ah, you're one of them dancers. I love the dancers that are like, oh, I'm so out of shape, I need to dance more. And then they dance for 6 hours straight, and it's like, are you kidding me? 423 unique? Hell yeah. Dancing is a strong word. They're just trying to stay balanced. No, that's so mean. Now, one of my big inspirations for this stream is Fusty Lugs. because they would dance on VR chat for fitness. And I would watch them go like 6 to 8 hours straight. She would be at the point where she'd be like, oh, we've been dancing for 4 hours, so the trackers have died. Let's hot swap trackers. And it was just like, I cannot imagine having that level of stamina. You do squats on Fridays if you want to get fit again. I've tried incorporating squats, and I got fucking annihilated after 2 days of it. So now I'm like, okay, we're not doing squats again until my legs don't hurt. Crazy cat lady title? Hell yeah. The Moogle palm is cute. So the story with the Moogle is that before I had my own avatar, I was using a sample avatar from VCat. And there was this really cute one, I think it was called like V-Plum, and it had a red cube above its head, so, mark it as a sample. And I'd use that one, and everybody's like, oh, you've got a Moogle pom-pom. You must be a Moogle. And I'm like, I'm not a Moogle. But my avatar maker, they make an avatar for me, and it uses I think it's Kiranatu is the base. And they put a Moogle on the back of the shirt. And so I'm there on stream, like, live testing the avatar, like, oh, wow, the avatar's done. I don't have the Moogle palm anymore. This is so great. And chat's just fucking laughing their asses off at me as I have a Moogle on the back of my shirt. Eventually, they actually put a Moogle pom-pom there, and I added it as a redeem. It goes up by 1,000. Hi, Luton. It goes up by 1,000 each time it's used. But there's a redeem called Koopa. I think it's at 24,000 now. That if you redeem it, I have the Moogle pom-pom for the rest of the day. And eventually I'll find ways to make the price go down so that Moogle inflation isn't too egregious. But that's the history of the Moogle pom-pom for this stream. Yeah, Luton, I got it 2 or 3 days ago. It still needs some fixes. It's got some shenanigans at this shoulder and this shoulder. There's some weirdness going on at the front of the shirt. And then the tramp stamp isn't dark enough. Oh, I never turned my tracker around. The tramp stamp. It's a tattoo on my lower back. But it's hard to see. It's not dark enough. Damn, even Moogles aren't safe from inflation. Those crafty little munchkins would be the first ones to take advantage of inflation. They're not as bad as Namazu, but they would absolutely quote inflation for price gouging. They're not as nice as people think they are. What are we at? We're at 3 miles. We've got 2 more to go, but this is a long video, so we're probably going to go to 6 or 7. Luton, does your OC have any tattoos? I don't think they do. Fuck the Namazu. Yeah. I really want to do their Beast Tribe. At the same time, I really don't want to do their Beast Tribe. Oh yeah, we can see the sky again. It's got a lot of stars. Want to find out? Yes. Yes. Although, you don't have a 3D version of it yet. So you can't, join me for personal inspection. No, you don't. I don't know, you might just be saying that. I'll have to check every nook and cranny, Luton. It'll be a thorough investigation. yet. You're gonna have one someday. Right? Right? Please? Thank you for the follow. I said Posey earlier. How do you want me to say your name? I'm in love with this whole thing, by the way. The casual walking in Fantasy World and chatting. Yeah, so my two inspirations are Fusty Lug and O-Girls. I very much love how O-Girls does just chatting streams and, like, just sits somewhere comfy. Hi, corporate mommy. Thank you for the follow. And, like, or she just has friends come on, and sometimes it's just her in chat, and sometimes it's just, you know, her talking to friends, and chat's kind of just listening. And so that's how mine is a lot. You know, if people come on and hang out with me, a lot of the time it's me talking to them. The exercise in VR, that's something I got from Fusty, although there are other people that are more akin to what I do. Lahix exercises like every morning. And it's more similar to like a focus on exercise than dancing like Fusty does. I think there's also another treadmill VR chat streamer. I'm forgetting their name. I've learned about them after I started doing the treadmill thing. But this has been like... Oh. Hi, Koizumi. Thank you for the follow. This has been... Lahix does so many workouts. I followed Lahix for Stream Raiders, like, years ago. And I remember at one point, like, I saw their icon in Stream Raiders, and I was like, oh, this is a VR chat streamer, I can tell. And so I followed them, but I wasn't really, like, checking out their stream. After, like, 3 months of putting Stream Raiders units down, I was like, I've never seen this person stream. I need to go check it out. And I looked, and they have chilled out a ton since then. But back then, they had, like, a rainbow of GIFs of their avatar on screen doing, like, different workouts. So there was a red Lahix, like, doing a punch workout. There was a yellow one doing a roundhouse kick. There was a green one doing push-ups. And it was crazy music. Meanwhile, Lahix themselves is going to, like, an exercise video, and I was just like, there's a lot going on here. And so I check it now and then. And now it's like the whole exercise room with the huge group behind them. And it's like, oh, that's so cool. But the first time I saw Lahix was just, it was so crazy. But yeah, this stream is VR chat, treadmill, walking through fantasy worlds. So I've been making a lot of WoW and Guild Wars 2 videos. I recently have been able to make Final Fantasy 14 videos. And so I'm going to start just dumping Final Fantasy 14 videos into the channel. Gotta go lift. Have fun. Have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. One of the things that people come by often is they're like, what VR chat map is this? And it's like, I'm sorry, it's a YouTube video. And they're like, oh, that's really cool. Can you do this game next? And it's like, no, hang on. I can't just get a video out like that. Somebody was requesting Lineage 2 yesterday. And I was like, I don't think I can do that by tomorrow. Do Lies of P. So, hi, Paper Bag. The thing about making these videos is, one, it needs to be a game that's like open world and has paths. Cough, cough, satisfactory. Two, I need a way to be safe from the enemies in the game. So with Lies of P, it's a single player game that I could probably just mod in like invulnerability and enemies can't attack me. So it eventually would be possible to do, and eventually I'll get to it. The problem is there's just so many videos to make right now. It'll be like a year. Like if I wanted to, I could stay in Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, and Guild Wars 2 for a whole year and not finish any of those games. I don't want to do that. But Lies of P is on the list, along with Elden Ring, Red Dead Redemption 2, Skyrim. I don't think I'm gonna do Starfield. But a lot of the Souls-like games, if I can do stuff like console commands on it, it's like, oh, this is a good game to do. Soon the Blobby Boys. Yeah. For now, people have been requesting Final Fantasy XIV so much that it's like, I need to do a lot of those. DMH, DKS 1 and 2. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I want to say Dark Souls. Paper! Holy shit, Paper! I saw your story in 3 parts this morning. Oh my god. How does that happen? How does somebody... That's the stupidest thing. So, Paperbag had a tweet. It was either this morning or yesterday. And somebody was like, ugh, these YouTube videos from Paperbag are so trash. How do they keep getting recommended to me? YouTube really wants me to watch this person. The Paper's like, you've been subscribed to me with, like, open viewing subscriptions for 2 years, buddy. This is a you thing. And, like, there's a screenshot of 2-year subscription. Like, what? It was just so dumb. How do you not think to check? Gonna have to change your name to Trash Bag? No, Paperbag's not trash. I get the joke you're making, Ray, but Paperbag is too pretty for that. It was just something that, like, I could just see Paperbag just staring at their monitor, just like, am I missing something? This person is this stupid, right? There's no way this person is just this oblivious. I had a good laugh out of it. I need a drink. One thing that really irritates me about WoW videos, they're easiest to record at like 3 a.m., but they're always nighttime. World of Warcraft has the weirdest day and night cycle. One thing, okay, there's a lot of things about World of Warcraft, but they have from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. is daytime. Journey? I haven't played Journey, but I know the aesthetic. Can you go first person in Journey? Because the big thing is being able to hide the character. If you can go first person in Journey, I will definitely look into it. Right now it's mostly MMOs and open world single player games that are on the list. No? But it's a single player game, so you could probably mod it in, right? There's been a few games that are like absolutely gorgeous, but they just are not, what's the word? Conducive to the formula. And it's like, oh, I really wish I could. PSO2 NGS, I love that game. But there's no way to have first person mode while also having like an unlocked camera that I can look around with. And so I haven't figured out a way to make a PSO2 video, and it's killing me because I really want to make a video with that game. Alright. Here's my Luton impression. Wow. PSO2 NG is so stunning. I'm one of the rare people, Jolter, that's still playing it. It had such a god-awful launch that anybody I talk to about playing it now is just like, have they fixed their servers? And it's like, yes, please try it. It's free. You're what? My Luton impression. Wow. Just like that. You got all the classes to 20 on launch and got bored with events? I do my dailies. So dailies reset at 7 a.m. for me, and I go live at 9 a.m. And so from 7 to about 7:30, hi Jack, I try to do my PSO2 dailies. And that builds up my Meseta, so that I can then buy anything from Scratch when they get new Scratch tickets. Hi Exhibit. When they do like a new event, I'll typically go a little harder. When they added Lucille Exploration like 2 months ago, I went hard then. I really wanted to love PSO2, the Japanese version, but I found it so overwhelming. I played a ton of PSO Episode 1 and 2 back in middle school on the GameCube. I had a character in Ultimate. And so when PSO2 got announced in 2012, I was fucking over the moon. And then in 2013, when they announced the localization, I was fucking vibrating. And then you know how that went. If you go back, you're so confused about everything. If you ever have questions, there is me and other people that can, like, direct you. But yes, I completely understand that feeling of, like, getting into a game, not wanting to bother people, and just seeing a million quest icons. Because that's what I had with PSO2. Because they were giving us 8 years of content all up front, all the new classes, all the new game modes, it was like, I don't know what to do, and I don't wanna. And so, I was really bad. I got friends into PSO2, and then I bailed on them. And they were like, what the fuck? I'm playing this game because of you. And I'm like, yeah, well, I wasn't having fun. And they're like, well, I am, and you're not here. What the fuck? Yeah, Summoner Beetle. I really wanted to like Summoner. And they added it to PSO NGS, but they gave up. They're like, we can't do Summoner. We're going to do Waker, which is just mage with fireballs themed like pets. Which is like, it's not real Summoner. Come on. All the red dots when you return to a game. I got the Rappy summon their first PSO2 day. Oh, shit. Yeah, Phantasy Star. Like going back to WoW before they made the major ability change. Wasn't that a space game? It kind of is. So, in the past, every Phantasy Star game involves you being on a ship, escaping the Earth, which is no longer habitable. And so you're on this colonial spaceship that's the size of like an asteroid and looking for a suitable planet. And when you find one, you send hunters down to investigate the planet and see if it's fit for living on. That's the story of like every Phantasy Star game. However, Phantasy Star NGS has completely deviated that. And it starts from you just waking up in a capsule that like fell from the sky and people being like, hey, you're probably really confused. You don't know what's going on. You don't have any memories. come with us, we'll take care of you. And that's just where the game starts. So it is fantasy, but it's like a weird medieval fantasy that uses like lost technology. People have lasers, but they don't really know why. People don't have spaceships, but like the thought of escaping the planet is far-fetched. The story of NGS is that life is just hard, and civilizations in the past have been advanced. Hi, Jan. Who doesn't love lasers? There was probably a few WoW bosses where I don't like lasers. Hi, Juice. But yeah, with PSO 2, the story was maybe not the best, but it was good. It was comprehensive and long. Combat was good. The social interactions was good, and character customization was the best thing ever. In NGS, they have not given a hot shit about the story. So the story of PSO NGS is possibly the worst thing I've ever seen in an MMO. The character customization is better than ever. The combat is really, really good. The player housing is really, it's literally the best player housing you'll see in a video game, in MMOs. The endgame grind is So they made it like Horizon Zero Dawn, half tech, half survived. Kind of. They had falls right after the start, and then what? What happened because nothing happened? So, you wake up in this pod, and you go to a town, and they're like, hey, you're one of us now, we'll take care of you. And then within like 5 minutes, that town gets obliterated by Dark Falls. And so you go to the main city, Central City, and your friend, who's been your friend for 10 minutes, is like, my dad died, and I want revenge. And so you're kind of just like doing missions for Central City. They're kind of like, yeah, we'll take care of you and feed you, but you're expected to work because life is tough on this planet. You go around helping people. Eventually Dark Falls comes, and you beat him. No, that's not when Dark Falls comes, actually. Then they bring Ratem, which is the second region, which is a desert. You go to Ratem because Central City is building a cannon. Central City hates Dark Falls, and they're like, we're building a cannon to whoop his ass. We need parts from Ratem, so go see if you can get parts from him. You go to Ratem, and the people there are like, yeah, we can't help you. We're getting our asses whooped here. And so you help them fight this giant dolls named Renus Varus, I think. And when you beat that big snake from the people in Ratem, their city is like Ratem City. I don't know. They're pretty unoriginal with naming their cities. You bring the parts back. You use the cannon against Dark Falls in an event quest, or an urgent quest, and it injures him, but it doesn't kill him. He kind of flees, and you're like, we don't know where he went, but we can make the cannon stronger. So go to Kavaris, which is this big snow area, and find out how we can make the cannon better there. Go find some researchers there. We haven't talked to them in a while. So you go up there. There's nobody living here, because the place is really tough to live in. There's one hub where like people, it's kind of like Antarctica, where researchers and warriors go, but nobody lives here. And so you help this group of researchers. They find this lost city. They're able to use the information from here to improve the cannon. And you then go looking for Dark Falls. And you find out Dark Falls is hiding in a fucking volcano. So you go to the fourth region, Stia, and you hunt Dark Falls. You find out that dolls, these monsters that are like mechanical things with blue liquid going through them, you find out that dolls are manufactured. They're coming from these plants that just produce them. And so you shut down a bunch of these plants in Stia. You go to the main one, and you find Dark Falls there. You disable the plant, And then you have a final confrontation with Dark Falls, which is like the second version of Dark Falls. And you fucking kill him. And it's like, yay, we won. And then you find out that someone is remaking all of the foundries that like make the dolls. And you're like, hang on, what the fuck? And so you go to this like floating fortress in the city that everybody's known about, but like nobody's been really concerned with because there's been a shit ton of monsters on the ground. You go up to this place, and there's a guy who's like, I made all the dolls. I made all the big monsters you fought. I made the factory that builds the dolls. I made Dark Falls. I'm responsible for millions of people on your planet being killed by these monsters. And you want to know why I did it? Because 1,000 years ago, we got attacked by aliens called Starless. And these aliens nearly wiped us out. And so I decided, if we're going to fight the Starless, we need to be stronger. So I decided that I would create a new race of humanity. And so I have been sending augmented humans down to your planet in these pods, each generation better than the last, and training them against stronger and stronger dolls, monsters. And for the first time ever, one of those generations has been able to stand up against Dark Falls and put him down. Congratulations. You're the strongest yet. But you're still weak-ass shit, so I'm going to make a Dark Falls 2, and he's going to kill you, and then Generation 4 is going to fight him, and we're gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep extincting humanity. Fuck you. And so you kill him. Well, you beat him up. And then as he's dying, as he's like, he fights in a big mech. As he's like being defeated, the Starless, those aliens from 1,000 years ago, actually invade. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't expect them to come here. This is the worst time. Listen, you're not strong enough to beat the Starless. But get strong enough, okay? Whatever you have going on, beating these guys, that's your #1 mission now. And he takes his mech, and he flies into the invasion force of the Starless, and he hits the detonate button, and blows himself up in the invasion fleet. Bye! Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the raid. I hope you have good eats. And so, on one hand, this guy's methods were fucked up, and he killed a lot of people. But on the other hand, he was dedicated to saving humanity and the planet from these alien Starless things. And so now we're kind of just left there like, oh shit. We kind of just found out everything in our life is a lie. And we have to stop an alien invasion that's literally on the way. Oh shit. So that's the story of NGS. It's been told over 5 chapters, over 2 years. Only chapter 5 was halfway decent. Chapters 1 through 4 is like the worst story I've ever seen in a video game. And so, that's where PSO NGS story is. That's metal and intense. That's the best telling of the version you'll ever hear, Pixel. And literally, only chapter 5 is good. Chapters 1 through 4 is such a slog and so god-awful that it's like... it makes World of Warcraft story look good. That's really bad. But yeah, that's the story of PSO2 NGS. However, they got player housing, and it's the best player housing you've ever seen in a video game. If you thought player housing in Final Fantasy was good, I'd rate that like a 5 out of 10. It is so good in NGS. You can just go visit people's houses and be like, this does not seem player-made. This just seems incredible. I got Jif on the go peanut butter, and it reminds me of you. Thank you, Pixel. I'm happy you're thinking of me. I need a drink after that long explanation. story is the most important thing. No, it's not. No, it's not. If a game focuses on story, their story better be fucking good. Yulin's a dog boy? Yulin's just a normal dude. There's no dog. There's no cat. There's no duck or raccoon. I'm just a human, which makes me the most unique one. If you think about it. In a sea of cat girls and wolf boys. Oh shit, I just realized Luten's wolf. I'm so sorry, Luten. What's your Insta examples of good story games? So it's hard. It's really hard to do a good story in an MMO. However, Final Fantasy XIV is probably like the best story I've seen in an MMO. WildStar looked like they were setting up a good story, but it ended too soon. With just any game? Oh, Treadmill thinks we're done. With just any video game? I mean, so Red Dead Redemption 2 is a really, really good story. What's another game that's just like, holy shit, the story from this is incredible? Beyond Good and Evil, that's fucking ancient. So, okay. Tales games. JRPGs typically have pretty good stories. Baldur's Gate 3. With Tales games, the problem with JRPGs is that they often get very generic stories. They often get stories that's like a little samey or far-fetched. If I were to pick any Tales game, Tales of the Abyss is my favorite story from that. That story is fucking wild. You think it's awful for 6 hours, and then they give you a twist that just changes the rest of the game that's like, oh my god. Tales of Symphonia? Tales of the Abyss has better story. Tales of Symphonia has a good story. Tales of the Abyss is better. You'll play a game with dog shit gameplay if the story is good? Okay. I also... When it comes to story... What makes a good story, right? I think it needs to not screw up. That to me is the most important thing for a story, is don't fucking screw up. And if you do, the other things better fucking make up for it. And so, hi Sarah's. I can't. If it's bad gameplay, then I can't through the story. Be consistent. Yeah, so like, here's an example. In Final Fantasy XIV, Gosetsu not dying is a fucking screw up. Now, I think the rest of the story is so good that it kind of pulls it back, but it's like the story is staying high and then it just fucking dips because of that in my mind. Another thing I hate in story, is that the dude that got shot 20 times and the house fell on him? That's the one, Elite. Another thing I hate in stories is coincidences. I hate when, like, just the planets had to fucking align for something to happen. And so, here's an example. The Dragon Ball Z storyline. If you look at the story of Dragon Ball Z, Goku is a Saiyan, sent to Earth. Because he's an alien, he kind of is strong and, better than everybody. He also just has a love of Kung Fu because of his grandfather. He becomes a good person. He was supposed to take over the planet. Because he hit his head, he, forgot that part. And so, he ends up becoming a protector of the planet. He encounters Piccolo, who wants to destroy the planet. And I don't remember if Goku was sent to Earth because that's where Piccolo was. Hi, Al. I hope class goes fast, or it's really fun. Class can be fun. I don't think work can be fun. But yeah, I will. Goku defeats Piccolo. Piccolo revives. Raditz comes. Goku and Piccolo defeat. Fun, I'll try. Then I hope it's fast. Goku and Piccolo defeat Raditz, but they find out more Saiyans are coming. So they train hard. They defeat Vegeta and Nappa, and then they're like, okay, they're just gonna send more. Let's go out there and defeat their master, this guy named Frieza. So they go to Namek. It's the origin of all their problems, Piccolo, the Saiyans. They defeat Frieza. They save the universe. The story ends there. Good. They have saved the universe. That's all they needed. But it's media. They want to keep milking it. They want to capitalize on money. So then they add more story. That these androids are strong enough to beat Goku and the Z Fighters and are going to destroy the planet. That's 2 world-ending events in a very short time. I don't like that. I think if you save the universe, it's unrealistic of these even stronger androids to have been present there under their nose the whole time. Needed more world tournament sagas? Oh my god. Once they beat the androids, there's also Cell, which is again another world-ending event right under their noses the whole time. Cell Saga finishes. Majin Buu comes along, which is again this ancient evil right under their nose. That, like the world was fine for 1,000 years. There was no threat to it, and then suddenly every 2 years there's something threatening the world. I hate that. I hate that in Dragon Ball. Goku was sent to Earth to survive his planet blowing up. Being violent and taking over a planet is more by nature. I thought, like, Vegeta was saying, like, he was sent here on a mission. I can see it being either way. I thought they expected Goku to, like, take over the planet and then give it to Frieza. Because, as a Saiyan, that's his job. The being sent to survive kind of makes more sense to me, though. So, what's another good story game? I'm trying to think. Honestly, I haven't played too many single-player games with a focus on story. I don't even know what Heavy Rain is. I got into World of Warcraft, and that was all I cared about. What do you find a good story game? So, what I define as a good story game is a good and interesting plot, and the most important thing for me is not fucking it up. I hate when there's something that is like, you could take this out and the story would be better. So, like, I hate coincidences in Storygale. I also hate, like, villains that don't have motivation. When a villain is just evil to be evil, I don't really like that. Now, I don't want, like, every villain to have pain and trauma. I don't want a fucking Itachi in every single villain. But Big Jack Horner, though? I mean, so, okay. Big Jack Horner has a reason to be a villain, and that reason is he's just a bad person. I don't like it when an entity shows up when they're just like, I'm evil because I like people suffering. Like, Big Jack Horner's reason to be evil is personal gain. He's not like, I don't know. I feel like there's a really, really, really fine line, and sometimes evil to be evil is just like the littlest bit of flavoring to make it good, right? Like Xenos in Final Fantasy XIV. He's basically evil to be evil, but they've just flavored it with, like, I'm strong, therefore I can do whatever I want. Press X to Sean thing. I'd have to see footage of it. And also, yeah, story is subjective, not just comedy. It's a lot easier for me to judge story from, like, anime, because I'm a lot more familiar and well-versed in that compared to video games. I like it when an author challenges themselves, and they're like, let's take something that nobody else is doing and make people invested in it. So Hunter x Hunter. That's a good example of a good fucking story. Nah, Xenos is combat sexual. Okay. In Hunter x Hunter, they saw Cell from Dragon Ball, and they were like, Cell is cool, but the story sucks. Let's make a better Cell. So they make the Ant King, and then they gave him a love story. Can you imagine Cell from Dragon Ball Z having a love story? A love story that you thought was good and cared about. That's what Hunter x Hunter did. That shit's the best thing ever. I'm thirsty. What are we at? We're at 4.6 miles. We have a lot more video to go through. I don't know. I don't know how to define good story, because I'm looking at what I have to base good story on, and I'm like, oh, I really have a limited selection. Bro, the Ant King. The Ant King was so good. The arc felt a little long, but looking back at it, fuck, him and Komugi was so good. Sean. If you want some good anime, I've seen a lot of anime. That's not where I need suggestions. It's video games that, with regards to story, I'm like, oh, I haven't played that much. I'm having that realization. You're free to recommend some anime. I'll tell you right now, though, I really struggle to watch anime. I used to watch a decent amount of anime, and then I got a job and didn't have time for my friends anymore, and so I started binging anime. I'd go through like 10 episodes of just whatever animes a day. I was keeping up with seasonal anime. And then I stopped having a commute to work and I had way more time, and I got into Twitch. And now I can't watch anime, because if I do, I'm just missing a Twitch stream. So, like, it's really hard for me to watch anime now. If I do, it's literally like somebody holding my wrist and being like, we're watching this anime together. And I'm like, okay. So I've seen Spy Family. What other, like, newer shows have I seen? I've seen Jujutsu Kaisen. I have not seen Blue Lock. I'm one of those, hi, Chip. I'm one of those, like, oh, I don't watch much sports anime. Even though I love sports anime. Bro killed the strongest fighter on the planet just so he could finish Shogi and then died. My model was actually inspired by Anya Forger. You should, it's just hype all around. I haven't seen many sports animes. The ones I have seen Ranma 1/2, which barely counts as a sports anime, but it's martial arts. I have seen Clean Freak Aoyama-kun, which is more comedy than sports, and then I've seen Initial D First Phase. And that's where I learned, oh, I see what's appealing about sports anime. Because in a shonen, you have the good guy who you care about, and then you have the bad guy, which is like just evil villain. You want to see them lose. In sports anime, the opponents could just as well be the main characters. Oh, I've seen Haikyuu. And so, like, in Haikyuu, for example, you could take any volleyball team And that could have been the main protagonist team. And that's the best part of sports anime, is that their opponents are just different protagonists. Blue Lock takes that to another level. I might watch it at some point. I watched Trash Taste a bit, and they were talking about it, and it seemed good. Everyone looks better than the MC. Yeah, in Haikyuu, some of the side characters, some of the teams they go against, it's just like, I want a show about them. The fucking... Can't believe you've been doing the walk for 83 days now. Well done. We've lost 35 pounds, Chip. We started at 205 pounds. We're down to 170. I'm struggling to lose weight now. I've kind of like slowed down in the 170s. I've increased my nutritional uptake, but I'm eating a bit more. He has a six-pack? No. And so I'm losing the pounds not as fast. It's really hard to not snack. It's really hard to get water from the fridge and see this container of rice, ground beef, and beans I have, and not just take like a little clump of rice. And I gotta stop doing that. That's where I'm like slowing down. But it's just so easy to snack like that. Before, I couldn't snack like that because if I wanted food, I would literally have to like cook something in the microwave. Start keeping up with your measurements if your weight isn't changing. I mean, so I eat 3 cups of the stuff once a day. But it's just so easy to just grab a little clump of rice and just... Oh. Yeah, it's best to keep track of the calories. And yeah, I'm keeping track of the calories. I'm allowing myself like a certain calorie intake. Oh, body measurements? Oh. That sounds like effort. Gotta be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. We are in a calorie deficit. It's not a super consistent line. What's probably gonna happen is in like a few days, I'm gonna lose like 4 pounds. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Because that's happened like 2 times before. Whereas like, I couldn't get past 183. I was just like, I've been stuck at 183 for like a week and a half now. And then just after a week and a half, it was like suddenly 179. I was like, what? Well, fuck yeah, but you don't have to. Starving yourself isn't key to weight loss. I'm not starving myself. I'm eating daily. I just need to stop snacking. What also really helps is when I go long or people increase the incline. I haven't mentioned it on stream today. But $2 on PayPal or 200 bits increases the incline 1 degree. And so that burns a lot more calories when I have that going on. But life is boring without snacks, so it's hard for me to lose a lot of weight. Like, I'm always the same weight, I'd say. I wish I could just eat whatever. I mean, everybody does, right? And I still have a very sense of, like, because I'm walking every single day, I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm gonna get to the weight I want and slim down. Because I'm just so relentless with the exercise that so long as I don't just start stuffing my face, I'm gonna get there eventually. I might slow myself a few days down. I might slow myself down a few days by snacking, but... you can, just don't abuse it. I'm not fat, I'm not skinny, but I also have a lot of muscle for my age. I've got a good build, and that's about it. I'm pretty happy with my arms and legs and chest. It's just my tummy. My tummy has a little fat pack, and I want that to go away. We are almost at the end of the first section of the Waking Shores. Oh. Hi, Sola. You're definitely not a reoccurring feature that we talk about on this channel. I could have sworn I was wrong. I understand that completely. Sometimes Twitch just doesn't like to stick. Yeah, I'm fine with everything, but just got a wee tummy on me. 6 foot, 129 pounds? What the Loot? You're a skeleton! Oh my god! No, I know your issue. I know why weight gain is hard for you. What do you mean, huh? What are you saying, huh, to? A super cute soul? Mm-hmm. I am 170 pounds and 5'6". So I am overweight, but I'm getting really close to the normal weight section by the BMI. I know the BMI isn't like the best thing to go off of. You're trying to embiggen your booty. It's hard without weight training though. Yeah. Yeah, I want to do squats every day, Soul. But like, I do squats and it kills my legs, and then it makes the walking part hard. So I'm like, shit. I can't just kill my legs, but I want the big booty. Mate, I'm 5'5" and probs around 156. Sounds like a lot for my height, but I'm not fat or skinny, so yeah. Well, 5'56" for 5'5". I think that's in the normal weight area. I think it's in that range. Good challenge. No, we did 3 days ago. We did 50 squats after our walk. And then 2 days ago, we did 55 squats after our walk. And then yesterday, I did 1 squat, and I was like, that hurt so much, we are not doing squats today. So, 156 pounds is not a lot. That would put you in the normal weight range. So in the BMI index, there's underweight, normal weight, above weight, and obese. And so you can check. You can go look up BMI index or calculator, BMI calculator, and it'll be like enter your weight, enter your height. So squats today then, we'll do 1 squat, and when it hurts, because I know it will, then I'll be like, nope, absolutely not, nope. And I'll probably just keep putting them off until days where it doesn't hurt. What are we at? We're at 5 miles exactly. And I don't feel like ending at a fade transition. So we're gonna go the whole Waking Shores. I can gain muscle and fat fast because can also lose it fast, so yeah. Start working out, you'll drink and eat more, gain the weight, so you need muscles. I think Loot knows exactly what they need to do to gain weight. There's just something that prevents them from doing it. I know a little bit about Loot from them talking on their stream, so I'm not gonna share it. But like advice for Loot, I think it's they know. Yeah, food is expensive. Wait, 156 is normal, you say? For 5'5"? What am I then? Loot, I think you'd be underweight. I think if you looked at the body mass index, it would say you're underweight, which is... I know your situation, and why you can't really just raise it just because. But the muscles. I don't want muscles. I want you to have muscles, Sola. I want you to be able to fucking pick me up and fold me like a lawn chair. But I don't want muscles. I want to be the cute, fun-sized femboy. I did 100 reps for biceps a day for a month and got massive. Hell yeah. Share whatever you want. I care not. It's your stream though, so of course, decide if you are comfortable. So I'm comfortable with anything, but that doesn't mean everyone else is. And so if you're comfortable, cool. If you're giving me the okay that you're comfortable, fuck yeah. I will crush melons with my thighs. I'd let Sola crush me with her thighs. And I'd thank her for it. If your ribs are pretty visible, you can touch your fingers together in the thighest part of arm, something isn't right. I look like a mini Giga Chad. You do know, Soul. If that happens, we want proof of it. Yeah, Gale's got a point. If you can crush melons with your thighs, we want proof of it. Where did you pick up the... and I'd thank them for it? I don't know where I picked it up from. I can tell where you got the fold them like a lawn chair thing. That one's from... oh, what is their name? It's a femboy VTuber. I saw them collab with Artsy long ago. If I can actually get my body how I want, it won't let people not know. I want to say Sweet something. Sweet Cheeks? I think it's Sweet Cheeks VR. They started playing Baldur's Gate and they were like, I just met Karlach. I want her to fold me like a lawn chair and throw me away when she's done with me. I love her, she's perfect. And so I saw that and I was like, I want to start telling people I want them to fold me like a lawn chair. But and I'd thank them for it. I don't remember if that's a Yulin special or I got that from someone. I want a drink. You know what else has sucked lately? My stomach has just been upset, and I don't know why. I'm pretty much eating the same foods. Well, I've had a bit more sugar than usual, but it just feels like I have a stomach ache at all times of the day. It's not preventing me from going to the bathroom. It's not like hurting to the point of, oh, I gotta end the walk early. It just sucks. You love Karlach, but fucked up early because I didn't get to know her yet. I think I'm stuck on Shadowheart. I also messed up, Luton. At the party, I had Karlach after saving the Dream Grove, and Gale was like, do you want to come by my tent? And I didn't realize, oh, this is the sex invitation. I figured I'd come by his tent, and then he'd be like, I'm going to pull my dick out. And I'd be like, no, thank you. And I'd still be open to other people. But because Gale was like, come by my tent, and I said yes, it locked me out of like everyone else. Full release Karlach is much better than early access version. And I broke Gale's heart, feel bad about that, and hurt Will's feelings, I think, but like, never spoke to him before. That's just called replayability. Why you breaking my heart? I feel like I let Gale down as best as possible. He's like, I'm going to show you this magic. We're going to share our emotions. And it was leading up to like, oh, we're going to share an orgasm together. And I was like, nope, let it go. And he was like, oh. And it's gone. Just like that. Okay, good night. And I was like, yeah. Literally same. But with Shadowheart, I love how it corrected Shadowheart to Shart. Spoke to Karlach first then. At least you didn't abandon me in the portal, Yuland. Everybody slow turns to Sola 9. It wasn't a correction, my man. Dude, I'm so sick of people thinking Shadowheart is best girl. She's literally just a cute face and a bad personality. I'll fucking say it. She's the same as Lizelle. I fucking said it. If you don't stan Karlach, you're wrong. Soul, gotta tease you about it sometimes. You're gonna live with that, Soul, for like a year or two. It's so fucking funny. With just the Alright, Darth, get him out of the portal. What portal? Turns around, the portal's fucking gone. Shadowheart in Act 2 on an honorable playthrough. I mean, Shart's alright. But Karlach is fucking adorable. Shadowheart and Lae'zel are your... over Karlach? You ever just learn something about one of your friends, and it just changes your perspective on them? Like, you look at them just differently. Like, ah, man. I just... You know, I'm not disappointed, but, like... I kinda am. Just, People like Shadowheart purely because she's the only cleric. Here's the thing about Shadowheart. Yeah, like when I learned use a bish. You always do. Because the first time you saw me was probably Foss calling me a bish. Ow. Shit. If I had to choose someone, would be Demon Lady or Vampire Elf. The reason I think people like Shadowheart so much is because the first origin character you meet is Lae'zel. And right off the bat, you hate Lae'zel because Lae'zel is very hateable. And then you meet Shadowheart, and you have the comparison. You have Lae'zel, and you have Shadowheart. Which one is awful? And by default, the other one is not awful. And so, even if Shadowheart's only like a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, Lae'zel's a 2 out of 10 when you meet her, so it's like, yeah, this other one's obviously great. Here's the thing about Shart being the only cleric. You can reclass everyone entirely. Yeah, so our Karlach is a warlock, and our Will is a cleric. You love people who accidentally kill Shart in the tutorial? Minthara is hot? Minthara is fucking... She is hot. She's bad for you, though. And because everyone is a racist or skith, I never for a moment hated Lae'zel. I understood she comes from a brutal culture and knows no better. So I kind of had the same perspective, Sola. I don't know shit about D&D. And so I went into the game and I'm abducted by mindbenders or whatever. And I'm like, this sucks. And then the Githyanki riding dragons save us. So I'm like, oh, people must really like the Githyanki. They're the ones that stand up to these mindbender things and saved us. And then every single Githyanki interaction has been, Githyanki suck, we hate them, we want to put them down. And I'm like, okay, well, who's going to stop the mindbender or mind flayers or whatever? And they're just like, I don't know, but fuck this Githyanki. And it's like, shit, okay, damn. I don't know if our priorities are in the proper order here. People don't like to reclass the origins, Lieutenant. I fucking did. I reclassed them instantly. Karlach is meh. Shadowheart is... Karlach is meh? Shadowheart is waifu? You're wrong for that, Lost One. Nobody likes Gith, so nobody likes Lae'zel by default. And she's ugly. I actually don't think she's ugly. I think the Githyanki, you're fine looking. Now, I'm a monster fucker, so... Give him a little flat nose and pointy ears, I'm good. Green skin, that's a plus. I don't have a problem with the way Lae'zel looks. Wow, you take that back. How does it feel to be this wrong? Now, here's the thing. All of them have very branching paths and can become great. I have seen Lae'zel, some storylines with her where she walks away from the Githyanki culture and she's like chilled out and she's great. I have seen Shadowheart chill out and be less of a zealot and be great. I've seen Minthara chill out in some of the later conversations. There's a conversation with Minthara where basically you ally with her and then you go to an honorable playthrough and betray the Absolute, but just enough to not get Minthara to like leave your party. And Minthara will eventually stand against the Absolute with you. She'll be like, you know, I've learned so much about the Absolute, that they're just a cult, and that its members are just tools to be thrown away. I was part of that initially. I could have just been another cultist notch on your blade, but you saw potential in me, and value in me, and you saved me. I get to be a person with their own dreams and wants, and have a life with you, that I would not have had with the Absolute. And I just thank you every day for that. That's fucking like, oh. When you see that and you know like who Minthara was when you met her, that is fucking incredible. That is fucking, so like, literally, you know, we joke about Karlach, Shadowheart, Lae'zel, best girl, worst girl. Literally, all of them have the potential to be best girl. Now, I'm still gonna say Karlach's best girl. Look at her fucking biceps. She can fold me like a lawn chair. But the writing is just so good in Baldur's Gate 3 that any of them can be best girl. And it's like that with the guys too. Lae'zel is way more conventionally attractive compared to other Gith. The origin classes mean nothing. It isn't needed for their stories. I believe Karlach is the only one who has an actual class-specific effect unique to them. Lae'zel is super cute later. Yeah. Just makes more sense for some of them to be the class they are, like Will and Shadow. Yeah, so, like, you don't have to keep them their class, but, like, if you made Gale a barbarian, it's funny. Poggies for their stories and such. The writing is so good. Karlach is best girl. Hi, Zayla. Any character can be great if written well. Karlach being buff, it's the thing I'm least interested in. Zay, Withers is hot. Okay, Elite. Okay. For solo, I like multi-classing Gale as Cleric of Mystra. Barbarian could make somewhat sense if they have Wild Magic Barb. True. There's something a little funny about Gale, the mage, just roaring to frenzy at the start of a match, though. Or I guess combat. I had a big fuck up yesterday. We got into a fight and I didn't have my weapon bound. And so it's just like, man, whatever. It's just 4 enemies. It'll be fine. And then a door opened and 4 enemies came out. I was just like, fuck, I should have reloaded when it was just 4. But at this point, we've done 3 turns. Also, you've seen their muscles? For an 8-int wizard, they got a nice 6-pack. Yeah. You would make Karlach a barbarian. Saris, you have been my, like, right hand right there with me for Karlach, and then you said you'd make them a bard. God damn it. I hate bards. I will never have a bard in my party. And you wanna know why? I want a useful party member. What's a bard going to do? Set the atmosphere? Ugh. I want real help. Well, bards hate you. I want somebody who's actually going to use a goddamn sword. I need combat tunes. I just think of the Caleb City sketch. 2 on me, 2 on me! And then there's just the guy in the background just playing the tambourine. What are you doing? Have you seen Sword College bards? Propaganda. Fake news. Be your cheerman. But the barbarian uses an axe and slashes while shreds. Listen, you could improvise weaponry. I'll loot at them. Your dick is fake news. My dick doesn't matter. I'm a femboy. I'm the bottom anyway. Your own hype man? I want a real party member. Get that bard out of here. Use a sword? I'd never. I am too busy dual-wielding my staves. Oh my god. I want a drink. I'd take a staff in each hand. Hell yeah. Have a bard in party just to throw them at enemies. More like little stub. Look. If you all want a bard in your party, I'll pretend to judge you for it. But, you know, if it bothers you, I'll keep it to myself. I'll silently judge you for it. You know, some people like to make games harder for themselves, and that's fine. Look at Foss. When he plays Sea of Thieves, he only plays solo on a galleon. You know, it's you can play the game however you want. That's the real hard mode. Holy shit, playing with Darf. Oh my god. Oh my god, who does that? Our friend Foss, he just always makes games harder for himself. In V Rising, he ran to the 4th area to set up his first base. In Sea of Thieves, he plays on a galleon. What's another game that he's just made his life so much harder? I don't remember what game it was. Foss just always fucking makes his life so much harder in these games. In D&D, there is a mystical strigged axe. It's a barbarian guitar, 8-string bass guitar with a bladed axe that gives +2, I think. And one of the co-op runs I'm doing, my buddy's a bard. They always end their turn playing a Divinity song. Oh my god. You do that? No, the real hard mode is Darf. Darf is just this chaotic entity that makes any game he plays harder. So, when Solanine started playing Baldur's Gate, Darf was in the run. The two others were, I think, Tech and Joe. Darf pissed off the two people that had captured Lae'zel, and so that started a fight there. They went to the Grove, and Darf pissed off the Tieflings, and started the whole, Grove fight with the goblins at the gate before anybody was there. Gotta get ready for dentist appointment. Bye. I hope it goes as good as possible, so, I hope they're good job brushing. We don't need to do anything. I don't know if it's a checkup or, an actual procedure happening. I hope it goes as good as possible. Darf triggers the combat at the Dream Grove, pisses off the Tieflings, also pisses off the Druids. Just getting a permanent crown put in. I hope it goes smooth. I usually try to make any game I play harder, because if I find anything abusable, I will abuse it. I just found a free, practically 1 to 2 shot any enemy throwing weapon spawner in Baldur's Gate 3 Act 3 that I can endlessly spawn more from. They also have a massive AoE. In games, I try to find something fun and, make that work. And sometimes it'll be really bad, sometimes it'll be strong. I've been enjoying throwing Barbarian with Eldritch Knight. It's been so fucking annoying in Act 3, though. 1, because I have to bind my weapon after every long rest. And if I forget, I can't throw my fucking weapon because it doesn't come back to me. The other thing is that if we're inside, any little thing in the path between me and the person prevents throwing. So if there's a lantern 40 feet up on a roof in a fucking hangar, I can't throw my spear. 39 to 140 thunder damage? What the fuck? Divinity Original Sin 2 is the invincible chest you just telekinesis at enemies. That's a crazy thing, but it takes a while, Gale. The real life strongest meta strat is fucking Thane resetting his action points every turn. And so you play Thane with Lone Wolf, reset your turn, you bring Apotheosis with Polymorph to reset your stuff, reset your turn. It's so fucking stupid. Waves Point 3 has such a wide range, it's super easy to spawn more. Hell yeah. The funniest thing in Baldur's Gate 3 is clerics can one-turn any undead enemy. I'm starting a Baldur's Gate playthrough today. I think I'm going to play a summoner. I don't think it's super, super strong, but I think it'll be fun to have, an army. I need to look up a build tonight, now that I think about it. I believe you go with Cleric, but you can get a build that just swarms with, 5 minions. You gonna slow down the game a shit ton as Summoner? I don't think that matters as much as people who just take slow turns. I'm actually pretty fast at taking my turn. But there are people who... I know you control each summon, But typically those summons aren't going to have like a lot of options. I'm not going to be sitting there on like a sorcerer that's like, or a wizard like, oh geez, which of my 50 spells do I use? It's going to be like, I'm controlling this summon, I hit the enemy. That's what they do. Whereas like there's people that, they play cleric or wizard or druid and they're just like, I have 50 spells. I'm going to take 7 minutes from my turn. You could, Jan, but cleric gets access to certain buffs. Actually, if the summons were all AI, it'd take even longer to do their turns, because game takes forever to think. Yeah. I think it's just that you're adding so many action points to the turn order that it does... Oh, hi, Tech. Thank you for the subscription. Tech, you're in the run with Darth, Ranger Joe, and Solanine, right? You're the fourth one in that? I'm like 90% sure you are. Yeah, okay. We were talking about making games harder, and Solo was just like, I'm playing with Darth, and we were like, yeah, that's the hard mode. Sure, Necro could get a bit more summons, but Cleric gets access to aid in Heroes Feast spells. I just want the max number of summons. Portuguese. What gives you the impression of Portuguese? Is it the name or the yeah? Yeah, Darth makes things hard. I like watching Darth play. I think I would actually pull my hair out if I played anything with Darth. I can understand making it a challenge, but making it extra hard to the point of frustration boggles my mind. Yeah, and, with Foss, he usually does get to the point of frustration. PT is Portugal acronym? I see. Frustration ain't fun. I don't typically enjoy challenges. So I've talked about this a few times. There's honers and innovators. And honers are the people who like encountering a challenge and then getting good and overcoming that challenge. So they're the people that like executing better. I'm an innovator. If I run into a problem, I don't want to get good and just do what I was doing and do it better. I want to find a counter. And so I am typically not someone who enjoys a challenge. I like encountering problems and having a solution for it. If you want max summons, it's probably with Necromancer or Spore Druid. It doesn't seem like they limit the amount of summons. I don't know. I'll look up builds for it. It'll either be Druid or Cleric. Optimized Summoner is Cleric? I will either be... Challenge makes it feel like you actually achieve something when you beat it. No achievement, no fun. I don't find the challenge and the sense of conquest fun, though. I find the socializing aspect fun. I would much rather lay in VR chat for 5 hours with somebody than play a game that's difficult for 4.5 hours and then beat it in the last 30 minutes. I got a wizard hireling from Withers named Sir Fuzzalump. Huh. The issue is certain summons take the same summon slot, so you can't have every single summon. That I did know. It's either going to be a summoner, or it's going to be a ranger, a goblin ranger with a boar pet, or it'll be a druid with moon shapes, or the wild shape stuff. Those are the 3 builds I have my eyes on for tonight's playthrough. Multi-class Necromancer Spore Druid. We are almost at the end of this video. We're going to go around this mountain and end at a village just to our right. Human Sorcerer. And maybe just one level into Beastmaster for that thing. If I could play Beastmaster and have the pet do most of my damage, that's all I would play. Having like a super strong pet sounded so fun to me, but that's not the way Beastmaster works. Until mods. Eventually there's going to be people that make mods that like redesign Beastmaster. That'll be fun, if there aren't already. Spore Druid probably gets the most summons since the Spore Zombies make more zombies with kills. But I think they're limited time, right? They're like 10 turn summons. I want like an army of summons that's like with me always. Yeah, the zombies made by zombie kills are 10 turns. Yeah. Was I recording this at 6 a.m.? This looks like it's starting to be sunrise. Druid would also get access to aid and heroes feast spells to buff the HP. Yeah, I get that, Elin. I too want to set off 100% of traps in a 15-meter area around me. I really like the Summoner in Divinity too. That Summoner was very, very fun. And then when they changed it with the free DLC that made it so that like you could play Summoner with not just the Incarnate, you could play with like the Fire Slug or the Vine Abomination. Never mind, Druid didn't get aid. I'm going to look at a build later. I'm going to keep what you guys are saying in mind. But I'm going to look at some, like, Baldur's Gate 3 Summoner builds. It'll probably be while I'm eating. Oh. I was going to see who was live. I was like, my thought process was, I'm going to be eating, and I'm going to be watching a stream. I can't check who's live yet. Because we're still doing this. It's mostly Necromancer and Spore Druid for Summoner? Okay. Eat Yulin. Hi, Global. No, Yuland is going to eat. But not for a while. We're almost done with the walk. We still have to do the cuddling and chatting part after. Not that anybody's gotten on to cuddle yet, but yet, I'm hoping someone does. Like Luton. Luton's actually awake, so he could get on VR chat, even if only desktop, and cuddle. Yuland and the troop of cat children. Some days. Though from those would say Spore's the stronger for pure summoner. Okay. Okay. We'll be seeing what the party plays. We've got Freydle, Haldre, and Core. And Core was joking about playing Bard. I don't think she's actually going to. We'll see. With Freydle, he could play anything. He could play like a warrior, he could play a rogue, he could play a caster. She's going to? No. It'll only take me one guilt trip round of leaving the Discord call and she won't play Bard. I don't know if a skeleton would be a good cuddler. Here's the thing. Weight-wise, he might be a skeleton. But if you go see his model, like go follow Luton right now, his model is fucking hot. She is in that mood. No, it's fine. I don't mind being teased about my VR brokey. I wasn't trying to tease you about your VR being broken. I'm just saying, you're welcome to join on desktop. And has been talking to D. Yeah. Though Necromancer is a wizard, so would have access to a wider variety of spells alongside the summons, as well as a Deva summon. Yeah, so... What? I'm not wrong. Your wolf boy is hot. Lost One has been controlling Will and got the Deva summon. And it was really funny. He summons it, and we're like, oh shit, this fucking hot guy Angel. That's so cool. Whoa, that's crazy. And then it immediately slips on Grease and just laid there just like, ugh. And we're like, okay. Okay. What are we at? 6.4 miles? I don't know if we'll get to 7. Will got a Deva? Yeah, Will's our cleric. He's our healer. I'm controlling Karlach and made her a warlock. I didn't really want to think... Like, I wanted to focus on my character, and the second character, I'm just like, I just want him to be useful. So they're a warlock with Eldritch Blast that shoots 3 times. Compared to everyone else in the party, Karlach's kind of fucking weak. And so I clearly don't know what I'm doing with Warlock. But I'm like, I don't really care. I don't want to figure something out. Shoot more Eldritch Blasts. Boom, boom, boom. My Barbarian, my main character, fucks. I throw 3 spears a turn, and each one does like 30 to 40 damage. Funny thing about Deva is the spell is cleric only, planar ally, but wizards can learn to summon a Deva specifically with a scroll. I see. Well. Day 83 of walking. In 17 days, we play Subnautica. In VR. Oh gosh. I just had an idea. A very funny idea. But I'm not going to share what it is. But I want you all to know that I had a very funny idea. Oh God. We go up this hill. We go down a hill. We go across the river. Why not? Because it'll be a surprise for certain people. If I do it. I don't know if I'll actually do it. Will is good boy, so he got Cleric Gale. Stop thinking, just do. Well, it costs money, is the thing, Gale. I'm tired. I want a drink. Hi, Fanny. Hey, Elin. I'm really tired, ATM, but just wanted to drop by to compliment you on the custom avatar. Yeah, Shinkozan put it together. It still has some work to be done, but it's getting there. Here. Whoa. Whoa. I was in the bathroom and learned Missouri will see about 60% coverage from the solar eclipse. Obviously, don't look at the sun without special glasses. Yes. I don't really have special glasses, so I might just go outside to see if it does the whole shadow thing. Oh, you know what, Kitsu? I'm on the east side of Missouri, so I probably won't see it. You could look at it, though probably only once. I hope you've been well, Fanny. It's good to see you. You did that once? Uh-oh. Had a spot burned in my vision for a few weeks. Kitsu! No, you can't do that. Oh my god, my feet. I was living in line of the eclipse once. It get really dark and cold very quick. Yeah, I remember seeing the videos of it happening in Oregon, where it's just like sunny, they're on a beach, and suddenly just they're in shade. And it was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then a few seconds later, it's sunny again. And it was just like, I can understand why back in ancient times or Middle Ages, this was like, oh god, the world is ending. There's absolutely every reason why they would look at that and be like, it's the apocalypse. That's where I was. Yeah. I had a friend that lived there and he took a video of it. And then I also just saw a bunch on YouTube. It is, imagine, like, still thinking the sun revolves around the earth. You've got that level of technology and belief. Or that, like, the earth is flat. And just for a minute it went dark. I'm not in the line of totality and don't plan on driving to it. It's close, but people got stuck for 9 hours in traffic coming back from it. Yeah. I mean, so if you had like a hobby of like looking at celestial bodies, this would be really cool. This would be like, I'm gonna drive for it. For me, I think sometimes I go outside to see like a blood moon. Also, you'll remember all you need is to multi-class a single level into Wizard for any caster to learn any spell. Long as you have the spell slot for it, just note attacking spells will still use int instead. Okay. My friend blasted the theme song to Lost Boys in Total Eclipse of the Heart the entire time. I could not stop laughing. But you'll only have 2 prepared spells at a time? You've already lost me. I understood none of that. I'm so new to D&D stuff, I barely understand Barbarian. I barely understand, like, 1d6, which is a dice that can roll 1 to 6. And if it's 2d6, you'll roll 2 dice that can be 1 to 6, so it'll be 2 to 12 damage. Basically, 1 level of Wizard lets you learn almost any spell from the scrolls. Well, any spell that a wizard can learn from scrolls. So, can wizards just, like, find a scroll and be like, I know this now? If I get a good view of the eclipse on my side, I'll record it and send. Hell yeah. That could go in the neat stuff channel. If you spend some gold, yeah? I see. He would also randomly yell in a high-pitched voice, "Thou shalt not fall. Good times." Huh. They technically study it? Fucking nerds. Costs money to learn a spell from a scroll? Oh my god. We're at 6.8. We might be at 7 when we get there. This video is so long. This is my longest one, right? No. The Azure Span is my longest. This one was just 2 hours. Don't ask how or why, you just toss 50 gold at a level 1 spell to learn it. Yes, Gale, and it doesn't even lose your spell slots, because spell slots are decided by caster level, which is decided by levels and caster classes. I'm already at a point where I'm like overwhelmed, so I'm like starting to forget the stuff you guys are saying as you tell me new stuff. I just need to see a guide and like doot 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 doot. My most recent was Pathfinder, and I played a witch. Yeah, Gale and Luton, I think you two are both like very knowledgeable about D&D and like agreeing with each other. Look at this dude leveling. Wait, he had leveling armor, but he's in Dragonflight. What the fuck? Get new shoulders, idiot. So I got my stuff for doing special favors to my deity. I like getting stuff for special favors. I'm really good at special favors, Kitsu. I'm really good at it. Hi, honey. There it is. That town where that bridge is, that's where we end. We have to zigzag down this path first. Special favors. Blah. No blah. I demand Hunt feel great. Just woke up? Special favors. Get a cleric hireling in Baldur's Gate 3. Use divine intervention. Dismiss the hireling. Rinse and repeat. Oh my god. My deity was a cougar? I wouldn't call them my deity, but I know a cougar. They're probably still in chat. Probably coming down with something? No! It's okay, Hunt. I'll put on the nurse outfit and spoon feed you warm soup. Have I been summoned? Look, everybody, it's my cougar deity. If you like truck hit me, I hope you feel better by the end of today, Hunt. Have I been summoned? That's one of my favorite things, Freya, is when, like, people are just talking in a stream and I'm just lurking, and they start talking about weird stuff, like, just weird degenerate stuff. Like licking thighs. And then I go, my chatterino pinged me. Did the streamer say licking thighs? I'm here. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Mommy, literally. Literally, Kisu. She's mommy, and then she's mummy. And they're similar, but very different. Mommy deity. Oh, we're almost there. I'm gonna get a drink. I was muted. Thank you for telling me. I was just saying we're at 7 miles. We're probably going to end at 7.1, 7.2. Hi, Madrian. Holy 7. Yeah. We, trying to think if there's anything to talk about in this last little bit. We talked about ESG. We talked about Unity guy getting fired. A butt and then AS. What? Is there supposed to be 2 S's there, West? Ass. I see. That makes more sense. I think my butt has gotten smaller since I started walking. I'm not entirely happy about it. Technically, he stepped down, but that means a little non-dairy. I really hope he doesn't fail up. He fucked up at EA. He fucked up at Unity. I hope he's just done. I hope everybody's just like, get the fuck out of here, dude. But with those guys, typically they just fail up. He'll be CEO of fucking who knows what company next. I hate it. I hate that dude. Go away, please. We're there. We're there. Here's the inn. We're walking right toward it. You can tell it's the inn because they've got a mailbox. Which, their mailbox is literally just the sack. You feel this was the final straw for everyone? See, I hope so. But anytime he works at a company, their stock prices probably went up. So, like, investors probably love him. I don't know who you're talking about, but I agree. It's the guy that was the CEO of Unity that was basically the face of the company when they did their proposed changes. Blood Tide Coast? Let's set this back to the beginning. Where's my mouse? There it is. Ow. Pins. 1. Sound. 60. God. Oh, I just hit. Ow, 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 ow. Let's try a squat. Let's try a single squat. And if it doesn't hurt, we'll keep going. If it hurt, it already hurt. So if it hurts, I'll be like, nope. Oh. We're not doing squats. Ow. Oh my god. No. Everybody look away. Don't look. Don't look, it's embarrassing. Oh my god. Zuvi, I told you not to look. You've looked at the Ark of the Covenant, how could you? Worlds. I need more comfy worlds. Recently visited. Comfy Cove. Wispy Woo. What's a good one? What's one I haven't been to in a while? We're gonna go here. Looks harder. No you can't. Gonna cook lunch, BRB, maybe. Okay. Trey's Comfy Den is my go-to comfy world. We're gonna go there. I'm in love with Wispy Worlds, but I need more than just Wispy Worlds. Perception check, nat 20. Oh. That is loud. Where am I in my room? Worlds. Where's search? Hello? Can I not? Okay. My thing was locking up. Wispy makes pretty good worlds. We're gonna go to Comfy Den. But I'm gonna write that one down. Sarah's. I gotta talk to therapist. Okay, Lieutenant. Thank you for stopping by and keeping me company. It's a small world, but it's nice for solo stuff or small groups. Oh, I see. Oh, and it has music. Bright doesn't bother me too much. What are the options? That's, That's okay, I don't need options. Yep. I need to set the tiles. 83 of walking. 7.1 miles. Now we rest. Done. I need to be this side. Oh, my face is going a little crazy there. Yeah, I'm tangled up. Oh, comfy. Okay, and then this off, and this off. 7.1 miles. Hell yeah. What is everybody doing today? I am gonna finish editing a video that I recorded this morning. You got chorizo? Hell yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna eat, shower, edit that video, maybe take a nap, play Baldur's Gate with Core, then probably edit or record more videos. I'm snuggling someone and calling, figuring out my day? Hell yeah. You're working till 5? Ugh. Might go out and get In-N-Out. Hell yeah. I haven't had fast food in so long, but I'll never turn it down. If somebody's like, hey, I'm getting this, you want some? I'll be like, yes, please. But my food after stream is the thing I talk about every stream. Rice, ground beef, and beans. You'll be playing some Baldur's Gate 3 with paper, and then sorting Unity and texture stuff? Hell yeah. What class are you two playing? When I pick my target order, then I also need to call my doctor. I'm starting a run. I've been playing a run where I'm a barbarian, and my mod lost one is a paladin. But in this next upcoming run, I'm gonna try and be a summoner. I like my job though right now. It's very flexible. The only downside is I don't get to be with Yulin in VR chat, Lamau. Yeah, I don't like your job because you don't get to be here in VR chat with me. That's what I think of your job. Live, laugh, leave your job. I'm playing Bart. Whatever. Paper you can't remember. We just started one session a week or so ago. But we're both busy, so it's hard to get time. Yeah. Lost One is literally always available for me. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna play today after I do all these things, so we have 3 hours to play. And then I fall asleep, and I like wake up later, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Lost One. I'm really sorry. Time is not based. Everyone should leave work so they have to pay us more and actually respect our time. True. With the level of technology, I am super in support of universal basic income. However, the transition would be really rough. And it could not happen overnight. I like making animatronics for Children's Hospital. It makes them smile and very happy. Hell yeah, Mixie. That sounds really neat. Yo, that's a mood. I fell asleep after stream yesterday until like 10 p.m., ate food, then went back to bed. It has been proven to work. There are some arguments against the studies. Most notably, most studies that have shown universal basic income are choosing like lowest earners who can only go up. They're also typically really small sample sizes. So I'm super in support of them. I'm super like, fuck yeah, universal basic income. They're not perfect studies though, Sarahs. They're not like an absolute proof for it working. To me, my proof is that people would just still work. My dad, I had this argument with him. I was like, universal basic income should be a thing. And he was like, if nobody had to work, then nobody would work. And I was like, well, why didn't you retire when you were 45? Why did you keep working until you had 2 houses, a boat, and, you know, can take vacations yearly? Why didn't you stop when you could have? And he was just like, oh shit. And so that was a moment of like, fuck yeah. But I build animatronics alone. They can move freely and speak to children. The hospital makes me wear spring Bonnie animatronic suit to make them smile. I don't know if I believe that, Mixie. I don't know if the hospital makes you wear a Bonnie suit. God, I love those moments when you prove your point. I've had 2 of those with my dad. One time we were talking about truckers and how they have it pretty rough with they have to like go into debt to start trucking and put like $100,000 down on a truck, and then it takes them years to like pay that off. And he's like, well, if it's that bad, then why don't they just get a better job? And it's just like, well, Dad, you'll find that starvation and homelessness are really good motivators. And it was like, ah. Now, to be fair, he's had some arguments that I just didn't have an answer for at the time. And it's like, well, shit. I'm not only taking W's, but we also have a really good relationship and keep it civil. I absolutely hate his views, but him as a person, I can see why he believes them, and I can understand his logic and reasoning. He's white, straight guy. He worked hard, though. He worked really fucking hard to get what he has. So it's very difficult for him to see people and be like, people shouldn't have to work that hard. They shouldn't have to do, any of this. There should be a lot more social services and tax people more. And when I say, like, tax the rich, hi, Cappy. He thinks I'm talking about him because he's well off. And he doesn't understand that not everybody gets the opportunity to work the way he did. There are obviously people that are very against women in the workplace and don't give them, like, promotions and raises because a woman could never be as smart as a man, and so it's harder for women in the workplace. Same thing for minorities. Same thing for people that aren't straight. And so he doesn't see that side of it. He just knows he worked his ass off. What's today's topic? Right now it's arguments with boomers. We also talked about ESG, the Unity guy, the videos I make. Yeah, he also doesn't get that there's people with lifetimes and lifetimes of wealth. He worked really, really hard. When I was in middle school and high school, he was working 13-hour days. He would wake up at 5, leave the house at 6, get home at 7, have 2 hours to wind down, and be in bed at 9. And it was like, he worked really, really hard. Oh, you're on this side. I'm just dumb and forgetting how mirrors work. And so he remembers that struggle. And so when people are like, I should be given this stuff, he's like, why? Why? Didn't Unity CEO, ex-EA CEO, get fired days ago? He stepped down. Now, he was probably pressured to step down. But yes, he stepped down. That seems like not even a life at that point. I agree. And like with technology the way it is, we should be reducing hours as much as possible. We should be automating everything that we can so that people work 32 hours a week, 24 hours a week, 16 hours a week. But people just have this belief that you have to earn a living, that you have a right to a job. And it's like, I want basic needs taken care of. I don't want luxuries taken care of. If you want a car, you gotta work. If you want video games, you gotta work. If you want to go eat out at a restaurant, you gotta work. If you just want to, like, live, I think housing should be taken care of. I think food should be taken care of. Hi. I think healthcare should be provided. And I think, like, those things being provided gives workers a lot of power in jobs. There's a lot of people at jobs that, like, they can't leave. They're stuck in. If you are getting insulin payments from your insurance, that's like $800 a month. You can't just leave your job and go looking for a job for 2 months. You need to have a job lined up. And if you don't, what do? Just die? And so, like, if that stuff was provided, you wouldn't be in that shitty no choice situation. And it's worse. It's so much worse when your employer knows you're in that situation. If they know you need insulin to live, and you can't just leave? I mean, how are they going to treat you? They're going to treat you like a fucking slave that can't leave because that's what you are. Imagine being so greedy that you got voted out from CEO position in 2 giant companies in a single decade. Imagine being like too greedy for EA and then improving on that and being too greedy for another company. Like literally setting records. It's impressive. There's the United States is, for the most part, a great place to live. There's a lot of worse off places. I just think it could be better. I don't think it's the best place to live. There's some European countries that I look at that I'm like, damn, that shit's nice. But I want more, damn it. This is Freya. Freya's turbo cute. When she's not frozen. What did I say my plans were today? Eat, shower, nap, Baldur's Gate, record video. I would like to move to the US if they had partially free healthcare like here in Sweden. What you're recording? It'll be the videos I walk to. I like to get 1 out a day. I've been a little slow with that the past few days. Now, in one day I did like 3 videos, so I still have videos in the backlog. But every morning I start with a new video. I try to anyway. Well, I think she froze. And so, I just gotta stay on top of it. 1 sec, disconnect. Okay. That's a little crazy to me, Cappy. I would much rather be in Sweden than the US. Now, obviously it's grass is greener on the other side of the fence kind of issue. I could see myself going to Sweden and being like, oh, this kind of sucks, but Sweden sounds nice to me. Also, from a weather standpoint, it's much nicer. Sweden is cool. They have a neat engineering scene and they have Saab cars. Sweden's the country that has like 99% of their waste is recyclable, right? To the point that they're importing waste from other countries. I think I saw that they had a way to turn most of their waste into fuel, and they were literally importing waste from other countries because they had gotten so efficient at it. I think that was Sweden. Oh, I'm hungry. Let's see who's alive.
Okay, I think I am alive.
You are alive. Though you sound a little in and out. Here in Sweden, salary and taxes are fucked up. Ambition is something useless here, because the more you earn, the more gov takes from you in taxes. That's how it should be, though, Cappy. Because, like, if you're earning a lot and the government is taxing a lot, you're still making more than the people at the bottom. And, like, here, if you're in the, like, 1%, the government is taking fucking nothing from you. And that's not good. The taxes are like offloaded on the middle class and lower class, and the upper class is getting like a free ride and not paying their fair share. And like, you have high taxes. In Sweden, I think you pay like 46% taxes. Here in the US, we pay like 40% taxes, and we don't get shit for it. We don't have free healthcare. We don't have we don't have guaranteed paternity leave and maternity leave. We don't have like, just the list of education. What does Sweden do with their college? Do they pay you to go to college, or is it at least free? Because that is not a thing here. You know how much my college degree was? $104,000. That was 2009 to 2014. It's only gotten more expensive.
I think a lot of places over there, especially in Norway that I know of from my friend, are trade schools, like what we consider trade schools here. And you don't have to pay for those.
Yeah.
Because you're basically getting a job afterwards. And now he's working on an oil rig making buku bucks. So it's like, there you go.
In Scotland, they pay you to go to college. You literally get like, they treat the education process as a job. So I had a friend who, he was going to college, getting paid to do it. You wish you were getting paid to go to college? Yeah. Here, it's like, if you're going to college, you are either working a job or two so that you don't have, like, the rest of your life in debt, or you have rich parents. I had rich parents. They paid for my first college degree. My parents were very much like, I didn't even really want to go to college. My parents were like, my father paid for my degree, so we're paying for your degree, you have to go. And I was like, well, I mean, it's stupid not to if you're going to pay for it. And like, I also just don't know what to do with my life anyway. I went 9 semesters at college, undecided. When I first signed up, they were like, just pick a degree, any degree. Doesn't matter what, just pick something, and when you change, you'll change. Focus on your GEDs first, or your general classes first. And so I picked environmental biology because I was good at sciences. I think your VR homes do not like me. I talk a little and freeze. Oh no. I went 9 semesters without changing my degree. And then in the 9th semester, I found something that I kind of liked. It wasn't great, it wasn't fun, but it was like, I don't hate this. And if I have to do a job, I'd rather do something I don't hate compared to hating something. And so I finished out my degree with environmental biology, and then I went and got a second degree at a, not a university, but just a community college. And so I have 2 degrees. The first one's in environmental biology. The second one is in geographic information systems. And then I got a job in telecom that was very loosely related to GIS. I am not a fish scientist. Shut your mouth. And so that's my college. But like, the community college degree, that cost me like $6,000. The hi Aeon,
Hello.
the environmental biology degree, the bachelor's, that was $104. And like, I was lucky and had parents pay for that. There are people who, God, if you had a Sally Mae thing, yay, now you have a company that can stay. I want both of you here, Freya. You got GIS as well? Oh my god, non-dairy. Yeah, I have a GIS degree. And then I briefly worked in telecom stuff involving GIS. Your VR chat crashed? No. My degree was 104,000 for 5 years, 10 semesters. And like GIS major, CIS math minor? Hell yeah. What's GIS? Geographic Information Systems. That is the acronym. And it's think of cartography, but it also involves a lot of analysis and like you're doing digital cartography. The cutest head pats? Aeon gives pretty great head pats. So like imagine you make a map of Los Angeles and it would look very similar to like a TomTom or a directions, like Google Maps map. And then an earthquake happens, and so you identify a spatial coordinates as the epicenter, and then you create buffer ranges out of them to create a map that's like an analysis of the damages and how likely each area was hit by this earthquake. So you could do crazy stuff like that because it's digital, and you could start doing fucking anything digitally. Ocean floor topology, that is a map you can do. So basically you're good at GeoGuessr. I'm kind of dog water at GeoGuessr. However, there is a World of Warcraft GeoGuessr that I am cracked at. I'll go fucking 100 rounds in the WoW GeoGuessr. The last thing I did in GIS was showing fire burn area and expected burn patterns based on topography and land moisture content. Yeah, you can do crazy analysis stuff like that. The last thing I did with GIS, non-dairy, was for tech systems, we had a contract with Verizon where they would send us their fiber line data. And so they would send us these maps, and we had to basically input the fiber lines into a master map. And so then we had to like connect it all, so it's like this line is connected to this and make sure the actual connections connect to the network. We had to cover the lines with conduit because if you have like telephone lines that go underground, they're wrapped in plastic called conduit. Very tedious. But they wanted you to go fast, but they wanted you to be accurate in that level of shenanigans. It paid well. When I started, it was 20 an hour. I got promoted to 26 an hour. I did that for 3 years, and then the contract ended. But because the tech industry had crashed, because Apple and Google just started firing hundreds of thousands of employees for no reason, and every tech company was like, oh, they're doing this, we have to do this. Suddenly it was just, my entire industry was displaced. And so what used to be work from home, 26 an hour, was now moved to an expensive inner city, 18 an hour. No work from home, you have to come into an office. And so it's just like, what do I do? Now I'm just so disinterested and nearly nihilistic that I'm just like, let's just stream. But streaming cheers me the fuck up. Oh my god. This might be the happiest point of my life. There was a reason, basically stock market speculation and bank bailouts, but you know, stock market speculation, yeah, that's not a reason. Fucking people gambling with stock, rich people gambling with stocks is not a real reason for people to be fucking laid off en masse. That's fucking, oh my god. And banks should not be bailed out. I think it was Iceland or Greenland. They had one of their banks fail, and the government paid for the losses for, the government paid for the losses of everybody that lost money through the bank. Like, if you had $100,000 with this bank, the government was like, here's $100,000. And then they sent the bank owners to jail. That's what should happen. But this is America, where we like companies and corporations more than people. Were you just waking up, Aeon, or have you been up for a while? Uh-oh. You look like you're freezing.
When you asked the question, I actually froze. What was the question?
Are you just waking up, or have you been up for a while?
I've been relaxing, so I've been up for a while. A good 5 hours.
I see. I woke up at... I think I woke up at 5 or 6. And it's 12:30.
7. I've just been sleeping the entire time from yesterday and today. Just comfy, relaxing, cuddling.
You just woke up, meow?
Nah.
Corporates have an equivalent right as individuals due to Supreme Court trial a long time ago. It's such shit, man. It's such like, ugh. I feel like if a company can't fucking operate or is cutting rules, just fucking end them. They're not a person. They don't have hopes and dreams. I hate seeing when a company is like, oh, we had unsafe work conditions, so 8 employees died in our factory. We've been fined $44,000. What? That was one I saw recently. $44,000 for 8 deaths at their factory for unsafe working conditions. That's insane to me. That is just wrong on so many levels. When's the Yulin merch? Peaks really wants me to do merch. He wants to sell Yulin thigh highs.
What? No Dakimura?
Maybe. The thing about Dakimakuras is that they're not profitable unless you sell a lot. Mogfumo? Oh my god. Oh, I didn't say hi to you. Hi, Soul. I was thinking about it earlier when I first saw your name, and then I was in the middle of my rant, so I was like, don't forget. And then I forgot. Where's your hi? Weren't you here earlier, Zai? Whatever. Zai is special enough that he can get 2. Hi, Zai. Hi, Panos. Fun fact. I thought you were here right at the beginning, Zai, and then I assumed you fell asleep for like 3 hours. Special. Zai is special. Kisu's special also. I'm ready for the fun fact. I'm just being a silly, don't mind me. I always mind you, Kisu. You're great. 1 sec. Okay. It's pretty long.
There we go.
Watching
I'm
Rotten.
gonna just do this, Yulin.
What are you gonna do? Don't lick my pom-pom. Oh, I see. I was watching Rotten Mango channel on YouTube. Have you heard of Sampoong Mall disaster? It's a whole mess. I haven't. There's the fun fact. Photosynthesis is the fundamental process by which plants and some microorganisms convert sunlight into chemical energy in the form of glucose and oxygen. During photosynthesis, chlorophyll in plant cells, which is then used to split water molecules and produce oxygen while storing energy in the forms of sugars. This process not only sustains plant life, but also plays a crucial role in the Earth's ecosystem. Talk about CEOs and shit. We're very familiar with photosynthesis because we constantly make photosynthesis jokes in Leafs chat. I'd lick the pom-pom? Don't you fucking dare. You should totally change the point of view in your next stream to make it look like we are walking you. Walkies. Okay, series. A thought of mine is having a collar in the avatar. And so, like, somebody redeems the collar. And if they're in the world with me, they would, like, hold it in their hand. So, like, they'd be walking me. But if it's somebody in chat, I would put the collar under camera. So it's like chat would be walking me. But I'm already asking so much of Shin. So I'm playing Cyberpunk Red recently. One of the people in our group keeps saying I'm role-playing my character too well. Little does he know I keep forgetting to roleplay, and I'm just playing as myself. That's funny. I need to play Cyberpunk Red. I don't actually know what Cyberpunk Red is. I know there's Cyberpunk, there's the DLC, which I'm forgetting the name of, and then there's the anime. Rubbing someone's head can be a simple yet effective way to convey affection, comfort, and camaraderie. It's a nonverbal gesture that can communicate warmth and closeness, often used among friends or family members. The act of head rubbing can provide a sense of relaxation and connection, soothing both the giver and receiver, whether it's to offer support during a difficult moment or simply to share a friendly bond. CPR, what class are you playing? I also need to play Cyberpunk Red. Oh, did you see the video I sent you? I saw the ones from yesterday. If you've sent one during stream, I haven't. It's the OG tabletop. I see. Did you know? I don't think I specifically knew that, but it makes sense. Getting head pats makes me sleepy. If I wasn't talking, I might have already fallen asleep from Aeon head patting me. So does Leafeon go bald when winter comes? She became a ginger for fall? We joke about it, but then she'll be like, no, I'm an all-year plant. I don't lose my leaves. But she has a bald redeem, I think, where she can go bald. Little correction, CPR is the newest edition. The OG is CP 2020. Rocker boy.
They're
The chrome
not
bard.
bald. They're shedding. Wish.
Oh. Somebody's calling me. Who the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna get up and end. Ow. Who the fuck? It was my mom. But I'll get back to her soon. Let's see. Behavior, look at me. That's a kind of cool shot. Let's find somebody to raid. Oh, hey, Momland. Thank you, everybody, for keeping me company. Instead of wizards, we have netrunners. No, let's come over here, find somebody to raid. Oh, there's so many people to raid. Oh, there's so many people to raid. I hate deciding. Oh my god. She's acting like it's an emergency and she needs a recipe. We're going to go to... I can't decide who to raid! Oh, wait. Is Lele actually alive? Lele hasn't gone to bed yet, and I don't think I've raided her yet. So we're gonna go there. Wait, I should check first. No, nope, she's fucking sleeping. Never mind. Let's go to Kimple. Let's go to Kimple Clone. Is that how she spells it? I believe so. Yeah, and that's the right icon. Kimple is playing Cyberpunk, and we're kind of talking about that, so I know some of you will like this. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. We did 7.1 miles. I love you. Bye.
What is this?